Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another edition of Piss on the Switch Day. TorchFork Tuesday. I am your host, Jonathan Crane. With me, as usual, are sort of the same usual bunch of crazies. I'm going to start with one that hasn't been on the show for at least a little bit. Chris Kellogg, the not-so-grand high poobah of this whole goddamn thing. He has, for whatever reason, been not available. So, Chris, thank you for showing up again.
Yeah, I only missed just this past week. I was there the week before. Just saying.
We had so many VR games and you were not on that show.
I know. I actually felt really bad because it was the perfect VR game for us because it featured a zombie game where the only way you could survive is by being drunk. And so it made me realize that everyone here...
God, that game looked like shit, though.
So does every VR game, but go on.
Chris? Yeah, well, I am sorry for missing it. I apologize, but it looked
that's fair. But obviously, when the game should be out by now, you should obviously buy the game and stream it.
I am streaming VR is on my short list of things I need to start doing soon.
You know, I was updating the list of games coming up over time, and I saw some that we should absolutely force Kellogg to play.
Like,
I love forcing people to do stuff.
No, it's got to be a surprise on one of these shows where we tell Kellogg that he is going to play them.
If we get him drunk enough, everything's a surprise. It's okay. We have a plan for this kind of crap. Let's get through the rest of these happy few. By the way, We Happy Few, awesome game I stumbled across this past weekend. I've always seen it, but I started playing it, and it's really fun. It's like if you played BioShock on LSD with more LSD with even more LSD. Anyway, next up, the person that's typing that has no face. That would be R. Kelly. If memory serves, he is Panty Man for this evening.
I am Panty Man.
Of course, he might not be Panty Man. Which Panty Man are you? Are the real Panty Man or Math Panty Man?
I will go in and out depending on what I have to talk about with games.
Phrasing,
So
but okay.
he rubbed his nipples the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's no different than his usual show.
Mm-hmm. Good news though. I will try out the Vive myself, and I'll let you know how good or bad VR is.
You know, the fact that you're saying the Vive with Panty Man's icon, are we sure you're not talking about a vibrator, or are you talking an actual VR console?
Don't you talk about that like you wouldn't also do it.
The vibrator.
Don't you dare sit there and
as a
judge.
surprise.
Don't you dare sit there and judge.
Just because there's a Sibian machine over there doesn't... Anyway, we're not going to get into that.
Hello there, Quirky Rye.
Exactly. So, Kelly is occasionally on Retro Haven. Actually, he kind of is most of Retro Haven, but not all the time. But he does a lot of Final Fantasies. I really look forward to when we see the Final Fantasy. Speaking of Final Fantasies, the only person that thinks the Switch will actually be a good thing, that would be FNAF. Right there. He is our resident Grim Reaper who apparently kills everybody that he talks about on this show. You leave Betty White alone.
She had it coming.
She's not dead yet.
Soon.
She has it coming.
Soon.
Nah, I like Betty. She's gonna last for a while.
You're on a first name basis then.
Watch, he says that, and she'll be dead before the middle of this show.
Notice he only said Betty. That means Betty's around the world need to watch out.
Well,
Yeah.
Betty Boop was non-existent and is, I think, already dead also.
Betty Boop is a cartoon. Can she die?
Have you seen Frame Roger Rabbit?
The dip, that'll do
Cartoons
it.
can die. Yeah.
Fair. Good point.
That shoe
Lloyd will fucking
deserved what it got. It did not deserve to have a commuted sentence. I'm just saying.
A shoe?
Yeah.
Just something.
Oh, he's too young to know what Roger Rabbit is, I think.
I love Roger Rabbit.
Oh, then never mind. You know exactly what I'm talking about with the dip.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Too young. I'm probably older than you.
Yeah,
I doubt that. I really doubt that. But anyway, move on. Finally, what's that, a smoothie?
As he
Jeff
drinks
doesn't
from
drink
his evil
smoothies.
smoothie.
Thanks, babe.
It's a blended up Big Mac.
It probably is. I hope it has bacon on it, though. Anyway, that would make it even more evil, according to PETA.
Oh, that actually looks amazing.
Yeah, it does, actually.
Is that Tim Hortons? That is
Yep.
Tim Hortons.
Do you
Of course
want
it is. That's all they have up there.
But it's soft food. You can
Maybe later.
squish it.
Maybe later. Okay.
Next up on the list, the only one that is somehow drunk before we even start, that would be... No, that would be Eli, also known as Recreator Fi or Recreator Fi, doesn't matter. By the time he's into his 4th bottle of vodka, he won't even know his name.
I'll speak
How-
for him.
How are
He's
you
silent.
doing?
I'm doing fine. By the time I hit that bottle of vodka, I'm
Can't hear a word you're
You can't
saying.
hear me.
Fine.
We're getting there, laddie.
Now we can hear you.
You know, okay, you can hear me now. I said
Yes.
by the time I hit my 4th bottle of vodka, I will have a mild buzz. Thank you.
That's true. That's true. But
Oh,
will it
Buzz
matter?
Lightyear.
Because when it comes down to it, your audio might drop out. So
I'm gonna switch my mic.
okay, you do that, and then we're gonna move on to the latest, the greatest. Unfortunately, we don't have any of that. We just have Dreamy Warrior right down there hanging out, doing his best Iceman from Top Gun for some inexplicable reason.
Goose!
How's it going?
Indeed.
Has anybody ever, by chance, read the webcomic Hark a Vagrant?
No.
I'm going to post a funny webcomic.
Okay. But why?
Because I love Top Gun.
Okay.
I love beach volleyball.
so
Fair enough.
much.
And Kelly,
go.
why
Then.
did you call Caitlin a he? Exactly.
Call her a he?
Yeah, you're pointing up in the chat and say he gets it. Or do you
Because
mean quirky? Right?
Quirky or Y said that, but the thingy about blended, breast milk panties.
Ah, fair enough. I'm just gonna click on this link here, and yeah, maybe I have seen this. I don't know.
Hark a Vagrant's pretty old.
Yeah. Oh well.
So we got 3.5, 3.25 green screens.
Man,
At least.
I still taste dentist.
And right now, I am the only one with it properly lit.
Because that
Second.
somehow matters. Actually, Kelly could
It
have
does.
an awesome green screen, but we don't know.
I am Panty Man.
Well,
There is no
actually,
green screen.
yeah, he has no green screen. That's really him. And while he's holding that pose, the moon appears behind him with the Japanese text on it.
See, now the problem with that is the fact that he doesn't have green panties, because then it would be perfect.
Yeah, it would be.
But then you would
Gotta
see
point
through
out.
his head.
That's why it would
No,
be perfect.
then I would be like Phantom Limb from Venture Brothers. In a way.
No, Phantom Limb, his arms and legs were invisible.
No, I know that, but in a way, my crotch is missing. That's like some people's third arm, depending on.
Oh, they were saying the panties on his face.
Oh, well, yeah, okay, never mind. Son of a bitch.
Son of a fucked up my joke.
You're a very terrible
it.
panty man.
Eli,
You know,
you're out of the band.
we have a
Oh,
band.
cool.
When did we have a band?
What's
Yeah,
my
that's right.
role band? What do I play?
The kazoo.
Saxophone.
I played keyboard.
Hey, sometimes the kazoo is used to very good effect, like in that remake of Love Roller Coaster.
What we need is an electric fiddle, and then
Props
we're good.
to the triangle.
I
Yes.
actually I had an electric violin.
That's what we need. That's all we
I
need.
don't have it
Can you
now.
play the Devil Gone Down to Georgia?
You loan it to a
No,
buddy.
I could.
Well, damn it! What are you good for, Eli?
Not much.
Well, what if we
Not
got him?
fucking
Wait,
much.
wait. If we got him a banjo, and then he'd just have to do. Yeah, no, just get him a banjo. Doesn't even matter. Be fine.
Taste out a wee man.
I
Oh,
would
I
do a
have
little-
one of the
play,
banjo thumb picks.
Oh, he
I
could
would
just
definitely
do-
play Vuvuzela Hero.
He could just do a little Foggy Mountain breakdown,
You
and
just
we'd be
wait.
fine. We'd be fine.
So maybe
We
should
have a
move on.
point and purpose to this goddamn show, and the point is to get drunk and talk about games, or we play games and get drunk. And I don't know. We haven't drunk enough.
Have we ever
Brit-
played a game on this show?
We have never. We have
I don't
played
think-
trailers.
We
I
were
don't think
supposed
once
to.
played a
No,
game.
no. We played Who Dies Next.
No, no,
Oh.
that is
See,
your
that's
personal
a
game.
2016 classic.
It is.
I'm going retro.
Mm-hmm.
2016
One year
is
at
not
a time.
retro
Well,
yet.
actually, Caitlin plays Pokemon on it, so technically she has played on
Hey,
Pokemon
Wild
Tuesday.
Psyduck is back.
Psyduck!
Hey!
See, and there's an electric fiddle. Obviously, we need to keep this duck. Somebody get Caitlin and throw balls at it and just keep it. So.
Caitlin's not here, Paul.
Damn it! Fuck. Anyway, let's move on. So the whole point of this is we're going to look at a bunch of trailers. We're going to talk some shit. And then we're probably going to talk some more shit. And more shit and so on and so forth. And
Someone will take a shot on a game.
live on stream.
Hopefully not on the jackets.
Let's hope we don't come to
Aaron,
that.
see, you guys just don't realize that this couch also doubles as a toilet.
That
got that
episode
from
is
Homer
absurd.
Simpson.
Let's just
knew
say
it.
I'm sitting in the right chair.
Oh, God. Let's just get on with this.
It's good stuff, Quirky man.
What we
Okay.
really need to do is get a lazy boy and then put it on a wheelchair or on a lawnmower, something with 2-cycle engine, and then just have that be the chair. That's all. Anyway, we're going to move on because God knows we need to by now. We have a bunch of games. I don't think we... Oh, we have VR. Fuck. All right. Well,
Yes.
let's move on to the actually...
You know, we could always switch it up.
We could, but
We
no.
can do 1, 2, switch.
Hey,
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, it's not like anything important being called the Switch is coming out anytime soon. That's for sure.
it's not
Some
like I
people
pre-ordered
make the
$450 worth. Thanks.
So
Canada.
that's like
How much is
half
that in
the Switch.
American?
Yeah.
whatever
like
your
2.
price is.
Oh, good. Just what we need. Another Pokemon addict in chat.
That's basically all. It's... Oh,
packet.
boy.
No, that's
We're
not
just
terrible.
guys.
Wow.
We're not
So-
TorchFork mob anymore. We're just the Pokemon mob now.
The Pokemon League. There we are.
We are the Pokemon League mob.
We've secretly been Game Freak this entire time.
I knew
we
it.
invented it. We are the Pokemon company.
That explains it. All right, we're gonna move on. The first game of the night
First game.
is nothing to do with the Switch. It's actually barely a game. The first game is called Druid, and
So,
it is
like all the games on the Switch right now.
no, because
Technically, Gabe.
those are not games. Obviously, we're starting off with a high point because this has 1 review and it's negative already. So yay! It is a puzzle game. It is a puzzle game featuring a druid that looks like it was done in Flash. And god damn it, Stylo, you
Caitlin's
took
gonna like
words
it.
out of my mouth. Yeah, Caitlin will like it.
Oh my god.
She'll think it's cute.
This is
She will. She'd play it.
She'd totally play it.
Yeah, probably.
wow. This
And
Okay.
there
this looks
it
like a
is.
game that would be on Newgrounds in like 2002.
Don't
I
say
Flash.
would rather still be
Simon's
in the
Quest.
dentist chair right now.
Oh, bear. Oh, did the bear get?
Why
Wait,
is the
sitting on the tree,
bear
or is it-
riding the tree that got knocked over?
I don't know. Did I just hear that right? Did Famp not like this? This is
Yeah.
incredible. Elaborate, Famp.
Was
What?
that bear just eating a tree?
What the fuck is this?
It was
Whoa.
riding a tree.
That's how bears just do, I guess.
This was programmed on a weekend.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I think that's assuming.
Oh, you can walk
Uh,
behind the word
You.
druid.
Oh,
in-
I thought it was
Whoa.
spelled drunk.
So
Yeah, excited.
It's like Hollyweed.
Drew Weed.
Hey, California has a purpose now, legally.
Yep.
That's right. They're just a giant billboard for weed.
Indeed.
I need more booze. If this is what we're starting with, Jesus Christ.
So far,
And
what
this
you
is a
do
high
is you wear
point?
depressing clothing and listen to depressing music and walk depressingly slow at a depressing land full of moving limbs.
Wait.
Caitlin,
So we're in
why-
the communion line at church.
Caitlin, why
That's
would
right.
you even give them $1 for it?
Hey, great Zot. Welcome.
You would give him $1.
What's amusing is that it's actually on sale for $2.69.
Do I hear $2?
Oh my
66
God.
cents.
That's right. Do I hear $3?
Oh.
Going once, going
wait,
twice.
Wait. The first update for the game is fixed walk sound and changed font.
What's
Yay.
to be so wrong with the walk sound? Is it like really squeaky, like you're on like just washed floor and like rubber shoes?
You always sound like you're walking on ducks. That was the problem. They had to fix that.
Did they have like some kind of focus group for this game?
It doesn't even look like it's worth $1, Caitlin.
Yeah,
it's
like my
it's
grandma.
just crap.
My grandma was the focus group. She's like, I like trees and birds in my games.
I would only ever even touch this game for a few minutes if it was
Or
free.
what if there's bears?
I would. I don't even.
There
know
are
what that-
bears, and the bears look stupid in this game.
It's
But
not
what if
even
they're squirrels?
bears. It's just a
They're
bear.
moles.
Doubles.
No.
Like,
Technically,
even
technically, there is a bear that you encounter, and there's a bear that you become. So there's 2.
Actually,
Well,
I've already
I think you take
moved
the
on.
essence of the bear.
I've already moved on to the next one. There's no
Essence of-
bear in that one
Like, when I
either.
first saw him, I thought he was like literally like shish kebab by that tree.
Well, wait a minute. Look
It
at
looked
the
like
power
ground
meter.
underneath him.
There's
That's
like a
a ladder,
whole
right about
whack.
No, I
of
think those are
powers that he can-
flowers that are next to him.
It's just conveniently placed underneath him, though.
Yeah, it does kind of look like his ass got
rabbits.
reamed out by a tree.
So I'm
Can you
like,
become a rabbit?
are the rabbits like the barrier? And that's those 3 rabbits.
Eat the
Are they,
rabbits,
like,
bear.
blocking
Look
a dude.
Yeah, you can't get around that. Yeah, you can become a bear, but the only way to get around the rabbits is to be a rabbit.
Is like to talk to him and be like, "Hey guys, can you move?"
Oh, there's a
It'd be
beaver.
pretty cool if I could.
And there's
you know,
a random
go west.
porcupine just sitting on the ground doing nothing.
Say you in Wild Arms.
Porcupine.
it was like, oh fuck, what did it say?
Oh.
It's so uncomfortable in my body.
Oh yeah, I don't even feel like this is me.
All right. So
This doesn't even look like a fucking game.
let's
this looks like something that
let's move on. Let's move on. Obviously,
really.
we need to get to something that looks like it has class and like it has decorum because we are classy motherfuckers on this show. So we're going to talk about anthropomorphic panties.
Panty party.
This is actually all up your alley, Panty Man. In fact, I think this is your
Oh, dude, this game.
Wait, you're serious?
The
Hilarious.
next game on the list is Panty Party.
Oh, it's a bear again.
I agree with
That's the
this.
theme of all these games.
I feel
Are
like
you
this
are you looking at a bear or a beaver? That's the question.
Ah,
Are you serious?
Ah. That is the
no,
question.
I am not serious. Yes, I'm serious.
I mean, this game is for serious.
Obviously,
That's
you
what
have
Sailor
to get
Moon.
past.
I mean, is
the
there,
age
what do you?
number.
I mean, Famp, do you find something weird about a pair of panties wielding a machine gun? That's some
And
strange to you.
shoot.
Yeah, that's
Sounds
kind of
nice.
like.
You know what I love,
really,
though?
This is this is probably a dating sim for panties.
Hey, why are they beating up the white
Perky
underwear?
Rye says this
What'd
is
they do?
GTA 6.
I have to read this off the Steam page. It
Please.
says, under the about this game, it says, warning, no hentai contents in this game. All you get is funny and stupid panties.
There's totally going to be a hentai patch, guaranteed.
Okay,
What are you going to do? Add women?
Yes.
time to give up.
Like,
You add
it
bras.
cuts them off at like
you add.
right underneath.
What are you going to just
the, like,
remove the underwear
above
and
the
there's
knee.
just the.
No.
Can there
Okay,
be a no panty mod for this game?
I'm gonna call it right now. I'm gonna say that the final boss in the game is a jock strap.
Guaranteed.
Yep.
I like that.
That's the head boss, right?
Yep. That
Yeah,
is
either that
the
or-
that's
one
the
of those
big
blankets
evil
that looks like
mastermind behind whatever shit you're fighting against. Literal shit, maybe.
This will probably be the best game we still.
Oh. Yeah,
This
that's
is-
the
this-
biggest- one of the bosses is a diaper.
That's
You know,
the tutorial.
Every day when I know we're going to be doing these lists, I hope that we get something of high quality. And this is
And
Citizen
This
Kane
could go on.
for
This,
gaming.
like
And this is why
ND,
TorchFork exists.
like
This is
oriented
why we're
panties
here.
with certain like job classes. Like a thong is like stealthy somehow because it's small and sleek, and
So
they can do a lot with
So a
this.
thong just has
I
high
would-
levels of charisma.
Boom, like spankies, like cheerleaders wear, can like jump really high and do flips and stuff.
So
you know?
would like
And the
granny
briefs
pa-
are like the boxers of the entire place.
would granny panties be like the cleric?
No,
This-
I think those would be compared to like like a plastic bag when you pull over someone's head to choke them to death. Granny panties.
And then they also have a plastic bag. No.
All right. Real quick, I would like to quote some poor phrasing on the part of Light Masa. He says, "I usually do ohia when I watch." Phrasing.
Phrasing.
He does tree.
To be fair, that phrasing might be accurate.
You know what I particularly love about this too is like some of the underwear actually have like little costumes. Like there's like a little
Yeah.
schoolgirl outfit.
like
on
the
the
schoolgirl
underwear.
outfit.
Yeah, I find that hilarious.
Yeah.
And like one of them has a cape.
Yeah, as you do with panties. Some have
Like,
capes.
don't you wear capes on your boxers even? I mean, it's I never leave house without my boxer cape.
Well, real heroes don't wear
Do you think you
capes.
could power up your
Boxer
panties?
cape, actually, that is the nickname for when you take a poo and you get some toilet paper stuck on your butt.
All right. You know, I'm gonna have to check
I'm
that
actually
out.
not joking.
Is that actually
Okay.
on Urban Dictionary?
That's hilarious. It makes sense.
I get a feeling that this game was generated from a glitch.
No,
No, I
Not
don't
at
think
all.
so.
No?
It doesn't
Also,
look like a
The
glitch
developers
to have-
actually started a functional spec with this in mind?
yes.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Bakapanti.
Also, unfortunately, Panty Man, there is no Urban Dictionary definition for boxer cape. You can be the first.
Oh,
Maybe it was a
boy.
Minnesota thing.
Add it in.
You can do it.
I'm gonna add that in.
You can here.
Boxer caper, butt caper.
Direct link right to it. You make us proud, sir.
Will
Do it. And
Okay.
make sure you cite torchforkmob.com
When is this coming out?
soon.
We're gonna get our biggest traffic.
Is that all
flow
it says is
for
soon?
dictionary.
I don't know. I'm going to find that out in a second.
Oh,
I'm not even sure what the price is. Oh, the price from the developer is going to be $10. That's cheaper than a couple of pairs of panties.
It says coming out January 24th, next Tuesday.
There we go. Yep. And it's going to be $10.
Hey,
You know
we
what's
play on
interesting
TorchFork
is,
Tuesday.
They also released another game called Forward to the Sky, which appears to be like a not panty related game. I was gonna say the
Salute
word
the
normal,
sun.
but it just but it gets very positive reviews overall, and it's an $8 game, which
Honestly, despite the fact that this one is just panties everywhere, it looks
quality
well
panties.
done.
it
they're-
does
they're
like the
animated
levels look
panties
nice.
where like the straps around the sides are like wings for them
Like all
flying
flapping
through the
like
air.
that. Yeah.
Like they put effort into this.
A focus group had to be consulted for this. You realize?
Yeah, and the trailer's like pretty well made, and they added like actual like anime sort of cutscenes. Not animated, but they're sort of like manga cutscenes.
I do
Well,
want
it's
to
more
mention,
like visual novel.
Yeah, that's
Right,
what I mean,
but-
like manga.
I do want to mention for Caitlin. I cannot believe I'm going to say this, but unfortunately, there is no multiplayer because the developers wanted to focus on the story.
Is that a joke?
I'm not kidding. The developers actually said
How
They
is there no
actually-
How is there no multiplayer? Like they show it in the trailer.
One
I-
note here. Hold on.
they're
Got the definition in Urban Dictionary.
okay. Good. Let me state this again directly from the developer.
They review the definition and send you back an email. I've actually defined something else in Urban Dictionary before.
Oh, funny.
Odd. So they absolutely state from the developer, we want to focus on the story and hence there will be no multiplayer for this game. We are sorry for this, but we really appreciate how you like the game and how you wanted to play it with your friends.
I'm in it for the plot.
Apparently the plot is everything.
So which
Can we
system
stop with
does
the dramatic
Do you
pauses?
think it'll thicken?
No.
Oh,
I'm adding
or form.
anticipation.
Dreamy, that was Terry.
Still
That was
building.
Or no, he's
That
saying
was terrible. Serious.
I just threw my chicken.
Come on.
All right, guys. Cultural
Like,
references belong to
seriously?
Family Guy.
Pantyman is here.
Only if Pantyman will speak like Batman for the rest of the show.
I am Batman.
I didn't say which Batman. You got to do the Adam West Batman. Go.
Oh man, I can't do his voice.
That's unfortunate. I feel like we should probably just come back to this one later. 'cause-
Try 4, Steven.
I can see this ending up on a game show night.
I can see this ending up on every single
No, this
every
wouldn't
single
be the
night.
game show.
Maybe not game show, but I could see it being streamed.
Oh yes.
Streamed, absolutely. But how would this work on the game show? It's a single player thing.
I'm
That's
still
the-
trying
yeah,
to
that's the
figure
problem.
out.
We'd pass
still-
the controller.
I'm still trying to figure out why it's marked as having sexual content.
I don't
Because-
understand either.
Yeah, I
There's
don't
nothing
get that
sexual
either.
about undergarments. I'll tell you that. Nothing.
Well, it very specifically says
whatsoever.
no hentai, which means they're immediately going to lose half their customer base.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the fact that it leads off with warning.
Pantyman will purchase.
Wait, this is porn free.
Where exactly are they
Somehow.
throwing? Is it machine
Well,
guns?
Well, I
It does
mean,
say
if you,
machine
take a
gun on
look
the
at,
bottom.
if you take a look at what people have had to say about certain other games that had anime girls in them, where people were essentially
Hyper Beam.
yelling at the developers, going, "We want nudity."
Although I do love some of the bullet points. Energetic dancing music. It is the melody of panties. Every color imaginable. It is the color of panties. A story of nonsense and fools brought to you by Panties and the Warrior of Love. Yeah. The sentimental thoughts of Panties, which you can only experience in Panty Party.
Okay, so do you get like a really cool weapon that shoots
Wait.
out?
Wait, that's the
If you
best
got
part.
Bear Impulse. Hyper
Just
beam.
the
All-
melody of
Okay,
panties.
sorry. I'll wait.
All panties have unique skills and the passion skill to make them even stronger. The white panty is soft, the bear panty is fierce, the striped panty is a classic, and the sailor panty, find out for yourself. That answers your question. I don't know.
Okay,
what-
so-
wait. So the sailor panty, does that mean that it spends all its time on a boat and sucks guys' dicks?
Not that kind
No,
of sailor,
because
my
there's
friend.
absolutely no sexual content according.
I'm not
to
saying in the game. I'm just saying, is that its backstory?
Hey,
Got prism moon power.
They don't
What
call them
hap-
seamen for nothing, Eli.
what happens on
Yeah.
what happens on Fleet Week stays on YouTube, I guess. So
In your butt.
So do they get like a really big machine gun and they shoot everybody and they call it is the STD.
Oh,
no,
that'd
it
be
would
good.
be the STI depending on who you're talking to. Yeah,
I love
you,
how-
localization. Yeah.
Absolutely love how to.
And
deep
what
look
are
at it,
you
that's scary.
suggesting that stands for as you're saying that?
Super traumatic disorder. I don't know.
So you didn't have a plan for where you were going with those?
Nope.
Well, it's just
Alright,
like
it
the
might be
claw,
time for
but it
the
doesn't have an initial for it.
I feel like we could end the show right now. Let's just talk about this for the rest of the show.
I know, we just needed 2 games. Done.
Yeah. As
use-
opposed to last time where we needed about 6 of them before we actually got to anything good.
Hey, we did get something good at the end, but anyway, moving
Where does this
forward.
take place?
In Pantyland, I guess. Mm. It
Where's
obviously,
that?
It's a magical place where Panty Man lives.
I have no idea. It could be Tokyo for all we know. It probably is Tokyo.
It
now that I think
looks
about
like
it.
Japan.
Yeah,
It does look
Is
like
it-
Japan.
Released on Steam.
Yes.
it will be.
On the 24th.
Will it be on the Switch?
I hope so.
Probably.
It's gonna
This
be
is
a
the
virtual
kill-
console.
Wait, this is the killer app.
This is the
I know
killer.
how to sell the Switch. This is
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yep.
I would buy this.
Because you have the individual rumbles, right?
Yeah.
That's right. In fact, when they showed the guy playing the Switch on the airplane, this is what he was playing.
Yeah.
It was actually Banty Man. You just didn't know.
Yeah, that
So-
actually was Bandyman. It's just he was in normal himself. Just playing.
So
You
does
know, that
mean-
makes me think, is this what Panty Man plays in his free time?
Mhm.
This is probably.
Keeps
I
edge
bet Mad Cats will probably make a controller especially for this.
The Panty controller.
What was it just going to be a controller wearing a pair of panties?
No, it's just going to be a pair of panties with buttons on it.
That would actually probably sell.
That
That-
won't
You put the
confuse
switch
anybody.
in the panties. Come on, guys.
Oh come on! We know that the Switch.
I
won't
wonder
ever
in
get-
this game if you can get Days of the Week panties. That'd be pretty
Possibly.
exciting.
Monday.
That's going to be the paid DLC.
This is my Monday panty.
It's Friday.
Please clip that, whoever is watching.
No,
I'm going to clip that right now.
Awesome,
Thank you.
awesome. We're gonna move on to
This is
the
My Monday Panty.
We're gonna move on to the next one. God, if that doesn't get put on a soundboard. The next game is Crash Force. It is going to be released on January 20th. It is start drinking, folks, an arena-based shooter where you pilot a hovercraft.
Better be good.
Oh joy!
This better be good.
Probably not.
Better than rock.
It is an amalgamation of the most popular genres in gaming. It is a multiplayer arena shooting game at its core with RPG and racing elements where the player assumes the role of a hovercraft to annihilate their enemies.
Oh,
You
you're
should
Shank
have
from
drunk for
Destiny.
every goddamn buzzword in that description. That's all
They
of it.
wear panties.
Mm-mm.
Robot panties?
No, sadly no. It is, yeah. Yeah,
They look like Shanks from Destiny, most of them.
basically.
That actually looks like somewhat well made.
It does, but when you've got a description that is basically nothing more than we took all the stuff that's successful and jammed it into this one game, so enjoy. I usually cringe.
Does the description say there's no hentai in this game?
Sadly, no, which means there's probably a lot of hardcore
About this
hentai.
game, there is lots of hentai.
Actually, that'd be a really good selling point for this one.
No, honestly,
You know
now
this.
I just want to see on the description for this game, warning, there is no hentai.
Warning: major deep penetration in this game. Be
I
warned.
feel like a lot of the games coming out on Steam probably should have that warning by default. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's just kind of. I gotta say, this looks like a fairly like It looks like a little poorly thought out.
For me, what this looks like is, you remember how the Reaper in Halo operated? You know, like the kind of motorbike-ish.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like someone really liked that style, and we're just like, well, let's just roll with that.
Yeah, like this.
Because no one liked that.
I know. I mean, I thought it was fun to like do different stuff, like have like I don't know, like a Reaper like run against the tank and go all the way, like it would go straight up, and then you'd have someone shoot sniper rifle at you trying to kill you. We did.
No one
figured
can
out.
beat
I
me
say
in
then the
those-
Warthog just runs you over.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
crushes
I
you.
got. This looks like well made. Like the HUD looks like pretty decent, and like the graphics look, decent, like pretty good for an indie game. But like one of the things that like really kind of stands out is that it doesn't seem to really have a good sense of itself. Like, because it's saying it's a multiplayer arena shooting game at its core with RPG and racing elements, but like really what this looks like is a vehicular combat game. And like it should just come out and say this is a vehicular combat game with some RPG elements, because like. It's just obviously what it is. To say that at its core it's a shooting game is obviously just not correct.
It's also too general.
Yeah,
but it's also just obviously not. This is obviously not a shooter. And so to call itself first a shooter and second like a racing game, when it also doesn't seem to actually have racing elements, it's actually just got vehicles.
You're racing
It just
to live.
doesn't.
Well,
it clearly has no idea what it is.
Well, technically, if I remember correctly, way back when Twisted Metal was considered in the racing genre because it just
Well,
had cars, so that's probably what they were doing here.
But that's because that's also
magazines
because
only had a limited group of players.
we
Yeah,
had,
I was gonna
we
say
had,
in
like, 3 genres,
1996
and
too,
we
it was
liked it.
Yeah, we liked it. It was okay, and Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. I mean, it's not a. To me, it's not
I
really.
don't think
a
it
good
looks.
sign when
I don't
all
think it
you're
looks
seeing.
terrible.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't think it looks terrible. The concept is there. They just need to associate like correct genre, and if they don't like genres, then make the game better.
What they basically did is instead of assigning it to a correct genre, they decided to just pick them all. So
yeah,
they threw a
did.
bunch of
I think
darts at
they did like what? What
Hopefully
is
one will stick.
I have a question though.
What?
Why is it that on the little circle thing that goes under your vehicle, why does it have the directional arrows on that circle as if that's supposed to be fucking helpful or something?
Good point.
It's totally
That is
helpful.
another dumb feature.
It's where fire is coming in. Where are you getting fired from?
I mean, the red
Shot from.
indicators tell you that.
It's your radar, I assume.
No,
But-
it's
but
just
no,
a
there's
circle underneath
it's
your
just there.
vehicle that it
Yeah.
always has all 4 arrows on it.
Oh, so it's not
Yep.
doing shit. I don't know.
Eli, I knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, I knew you knew, but they didn't.
I
Yeah, no,
assume
that's another
I
thing that's
just
kind of
assumed
confusing.
that there would be a good reason for it, and I see that I am wrong.
But it does change color.
Well,
You know,
yeah,
well,
it was
I
also
think
like
it's just
yourself.
whatever vehicle you're in decides what color it is.
Maybe it might. Here's another possibility. It might go from green to red, determining like health.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Yeah,
that.
but why
Oh,
have
sorry.
arrows on it though? Like I'm not questioning the circle being there. You know,
No, the
they
arrows
could
are
have
confusing. The arrows are definitely confusing.
Maybe you can lock in your like horizontals. That way you only drive like left and right instead of like going forward.
Or maybe they
Or
just
vice
slapped
versa.
it on there. That could be it too.
I guess why would you need such a clear indicator for that? Maybe some people do, but I don't know. I
like
think that
this
looks
is
really
forward,
weird, too.
this is back, this is
Yeah.
So
left.
why
This
is
is
it
right.
called
But
crash
really,
course,
it's like
though?
this is the direction your car vehicle is always facing, and this is the direction your car vehicle is always facing. It doesn't even seem like they don't even seem like directional arrows. It just seems like maybe a design.
So, well, do you get the sense that also, like, based on some of these levels, that like it looked like this game just started as a shooter, and they're like, oh fuck, we started designing a different kind of game. We need to modify some stuff, and like, because like some of those tight corridors look like they began like a shooter, and it doesn't make sense that you would put like a weird little hovercraft drone thing in any of these fucking levels.
Yeah, that's
Like-
a good point.
I'm telling you, this game makes no goddamn sense from the top to bottom. None of this makes sense. This
You
looks like
must have
first-person
quit.
shooter.
Panty
adapted.
Party made sense.
You
But
know,
this does
Panty
not.
Party
No,
was a
Panty
10 times
Party
more
was-
cohesive game than this.
Panty Party was silly fun. This is trying to be serious, and it's just
This
like,
is just like poorly made. Panty Party at least knew what it was trying to be.
Oh no!
And
Oh no!
I'm gonna say
I
something
agree.
that I'm gonna kind of regret.
You are.
That the party panty game actually seemed to be pretty unique.
This
Yeah.
is true.
Thank
Anti
you.
Vent, you want to weigh in on this before we move to the next
On
high
this
quality original game?
No, there's not much here aside from why are they calling it Crash Force?
Because crashing and stuff. Anyway,
I don't know. Yeah,
I'm good.
let's just move on.
yeah, I think that's going to be fine. So we go from that to obviously one of the most original games we will ever see on this list. It's fucking Asteroids. The laziest goddamn game you could possibly imagine. It's called
It's got good music.
It's called Super Rock Blasters.
Oh my god, they made techno neon asteroids again because I'm pretty sure this game
yeah,
has been made
the
before
last Asteroids
Right.
game, Asteroids-esque game I liked was this game called Super Stardust HD because it was cheesy and fun and looked really pretty.
I was more
You know what?
of Geometry Wars, and that wasn't even technically an Asteroids game. So
You know what?
no.
I made an Asteroids clone by myself that was about on par with this like 10 fucking years ago.
Well, they have like 20, 30 people that made it. I
Oh,
don't
wait,
know.
I fucking played this game. I think. In fact, I think
Seriously?
I played this with Alucard.
I'm sorry.
What?
Alucard,
fired.
if you're watching, and I don't know. No. We played it at Indiecade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this actually looks identical to it. This must be it. I think
It
I
probably-
met the developer who made this. He was a pretty nice guy. When we actually played the game, it was pretty fun and pretty smooth. I'm surprised it took him this long to get it out, though. That was like over. Well, it was a little under a year ago.
I don't get why somebody would make this and want to sell it at this point.
So these
Because-
dudes that made this aren't full-time developers, though. They like made this as a hobby.
Okay.
Yeah, but still
but-
though, if this is being sold, that's a different story. Because like
Well, what do they pay? What are they asking?
Like
They're asking
$10
when-
bucks
when-
on
$10.
fucking
No,
Steam.
they're well, $8.50.
when
it's
I
still.
applied for a job to do game programming, they told me to build basically this game as a test just to see if I could make a game like this in 24 hours. Like, this is just something you do to see if you can program a game.
I also think that Asteroids is kind of like a scapegoat type game, in my opinion. It's the original. Why do you need to keep making it? And on top of that, what I see here is just Asteroids with more colors, which
Yeah.
that already exists.
thicker
Yeah,
and
outlines.
existed 25 years ago.
And
Yeah.
this is only a 2 to 4 player game.
I will
Yeah,
give them one thing. The one thing that they added that I really liked that was a little different, and admittedly, like it's not like a huge change. But when you start getting the multiplayer going with 4 people, and then you add the fact that you can dodge, there's like a dodge button. So like if someone's shooting at you and you push it at just the right time, you can like hop over their bullet, or you can also hop over an incoming asteroid.
That's
I will
in the
admit-
original Atari game.
I don't think there's
the
there's no
original.
dodge button in the original.
Yeah, it's
any
not at all.
version of Asteroids. I've played many and owned many versions of Asteroids.
If you
There's
press
no
the
dodge
button, you hyperspace into some other
No,
location.
this is a straight up dodge button. This is different. This like lets you hop.
It like
versus
shifts or
boost.
jumps over.
So, so
Yeah.
their point that makes this one original
Well, let me
is
just
that
finish.
instead
Let
of
me just
using
finish.
instead of using hyperspace to go from one point to another
there's
to
still-
dodge a
there's
shot,
still- there's
you
still
do a
some
regular
hyper-
dodge to avoid a shot.
All I'm saying is the thing that I really enjoyed about it is when you added the dodge and the local multiplayer with like 3 other people in there with you, it actually created some pretty fun gameplay. Like, because it's really fast. Like, it just drops you right back in immediately after dying, and the turns are going super, super quickly. And like, and you're trying to get like as many points as you can, and like, it can all go by in about 10 minutes, and you're like, holy shit, it went by really quick and was really fun. I'm not gonna pretend though that this isn't just a slightly shinier version of Asteroids.
Because that's what it is. It's not just slightly shinier, it's neon as fuck. So I
I
feel
can
like you need to be
expect
on
a
drugs
game
for
at least when it's well made, and it was well made.
It's got
So-
bloom on the asteroids.
I know. I don't
But
know.
it's a very nice bloom.
I like Asteroids, and this like it's a simple game. It's fun. This doesn't even look mildly appealing to me.
No.
Fair enough.
It's just I don't know.
Competitive.
Here's another thing, and
multiplayer.
like a lot of games try to like I don't know. I put like push neon colors for some reasons, and for an example, like Cyberpunk games,
It's
kind of
80s,
works.
man. That's
Yeah,
why.
it kind of works there. That's actually thank you, Steven. That's actually better. Like a more 80s neon effect to it. And although once
It's
again,
gonna get worse.
it does
so-
look okay. This game was made with like Asteroids with fucking color and neon effects was made 25 years ago. There's
I
Flash
can
games.
Play
20
this on my Vectrix.
You
Yeah.
could not. I don't think the Vectrix can do this colorization.
Overlays. You'd have to keep moving the
overlays.
overlay while you're playing the game. But
Yeah.
you can do it. You can do it.
So like, did you
theoretically.
Oh, so when you say overlays, do you mean just actually gluing neon signs to the screen?
No, I think they mean holding them on the screen.
like-
you have
it's
your
like the
buddy slide
No, I
them
know.
around on
So
the
really
screen.
what he'd
It's
have
like the
to
Mac
do,
box
you
audio
have to
or
get-
Odyssey. You just got to put like the plastic overlays on your HD screen.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. We're just really
well,
cooking
what
it
you'd
back.
have to do at this point, you'd have to get like those little neon flags that Post-it note makes, and you just put them all over the screen. Just keep moving them all the time. Done. There you go. God, this freaking sucks. I feel like we really went downhill after Panty Party.
Yeah.
Really
Hopefully this is the bottom.
All right, let's move on to the next one. It doesn't get any better. It's like my life. The game is called Super Pixel Smash. It is another, wait for it, 80s neon-themed thing. Compete in the retro action world of Super Pixel Smash. Your skills with the Pixel Paddle, which sounds incredibly BDSM-like, and Gravity Gauntlet will trigger powerful point combos, super power-ups,
Super Glove Ball.
and extreme charged shots.
Is it on the Switch?
Except
It
that actually
probably-
fucking
No,
is.
it's on the Nintendo. With
But
the
it is
Power Glove.
VR.
Yeah, except that this game actually works.
Oh,
Still looks like that game from
Glove
Star
Ball
Trek.
did work. You just have
Yeah, right.
I totally
barely.
played it too, like for 10 minutes. But you
Yeah,
could
and
totally
because,
play it.
Yeah, except you constantly would lose because the thing would never register your fucking motions ever.
I love any trailer
It's
where a third of it is literally a guy swiping at the air
Okay,
like. he's
but
batting away
even
a
even
fly.
if this
This does look
wasn't
fun.
He smacks
even
his
if
kid coming
this
into the
was
living
not
room.
playing on the game that FNAF is talking about, even if it wasn't, this is still just another Arkanoid clone.
Well, yeah. When it comes right down to it, yeah. But what games aren't clones anymore on Greenlight?
Okay, but everyone
One of your-
makes
Fancy.
Arkanoid. It's their first fucking game.
In this one specifically, too, look at one of the hands in the VR. It's literally a fucking hook shot from Zelda.
But
Like, wait, look for it. It's I think his left hand. It's a fucking hook shot. It has
maybe,
like the
maybe
tri hook and
he
everything.
has a hook. Maybe
I think it's a
that's-
paddle. I don't know.
No,
It looks like
no.
paddles.
Not as right.
No,
not as
it's
right.
not.
You'll
Well,
see
great.
it.
Now we're just gonna have to watch it. No, it looks like it's Minecraft.
Everyone, be quiet. No, I'm just kidding.
be quiet. Be quiet. Watch.
I'm watching the bouncy.
Oh, it does look like a hook shot. I see what you're saying.
It looks like a fucking Zelda hook shot.
No, you know what he's doing is it's a thing where you can like grab the ball back and like release
No, I
it
know.
again.
I know.
You can grab the ball and you can release it again.
No, I get
No,
that.
and
I
so
feel-
you grab the ball.
You grab the balls.
you grab the ball.
Grab him.
Grab
caress
the balls,
him,
that's
make
all.
sure you squeeze
Couple-
them.
I mean,
nice.
I gotta say,
Oh,
like,
the
this
Jody.
actually looks pretty cool, especially when you start getting on that like crazy large level. I don't
Hey,
know.
if you
This
like
is-
getting your
this looks
balls
like
smashed, this is a
fun.
game for you.
yeah.
You like to smack some balls around sometimes.
Yeah, that definitely is. It's like a hook
Okay.
shot. in
So,
one hand,
panties,
and it's a
guys.
mic.
Also, honestly, Super Pixel Smash, in my opinion, is an extremely unoriginal name.
Super
Why-
pixel.
why
They didn't
and
even
developers-
fucking try.
Why do developers keep making these games that are basically what you make for your first video game ever and try to fucking sell them?
because
know people will buy
nostalgia
it.
sells. That's
Make it for
That's true, nostalgia
practice
sells.
and give it to people so that if it's something really good, they can have fun with it and they can want to see what you make next. But if you make this basic fucking shit that everybody makes on their first time making a game and you want to sell it, then nobody wants to see what your other games are.
no.
Because they get fucking bored with what you made after a few minutes.
You would think that, but unfortunately, let's face it. The
How many
only
games
place,
has this developer released?
That's not the
2,
point. The
3,
point is,
4,
in
5,
many
6.
cases,
Pixel
in many
Smash,
cases-
not Super Pixel Smash.
When
and
it-
then
when it comes
Pixel
down
Smash
to it, let's-
64.
let's be honest. VR games suck right now.
Hey, how many
Kellogg
VR
has
games
even
have you
admitted
played?
this.
Here we go.
To be
Look
fair,
it
how
up
many
for
VR
fuck's
games have you played?
sake. The best game that we saw for VR at this point was a drinking and shooting zombie game from last
Yeah,
week.
because
No,
you know
there
when
have been better
we
for
when we do
VR
this
than
show, we
that.
really show the best that
We do
gaming
show
has
the
to
best.
offer
It'd
every
be like
time.
if we
Because
took
you know
a
the
Switch
VR
and
games we
just
show are
highlighted
definitely the
Switch.
creme de la creme here.
Oh, come on. You
That's
even
schmegma.
you've even admitted that right now
That's-
the games that are you've even admitted that the games that come out right now are really
Go
nothing more than one or
cheese.
two note jokes.
No, man, you're right. So this is the thing. I actually think though that like part of the issue that we're seeing with VR is also a larger symptom of like the whole Steam and PC gaming market, which is that like we're getting way more crap than we ever have, and
not-
unfortunately, like there aren't that many first party developers, or I should say like AAA developers like making VR games. And that's the real issue. Like the really good games made by Valve, and they're fucking awesome.
I'm not pinning this on VR. I've been seeing it a lot in regular games too. They're not VR. Is developers keep making these cheap shit games that are the same thing everybody makes for their first fucking project, and they're trying to sell it.
To be fair, though,
drinking game was good.
Fucking
If
Super
we
Rock
were-
Blasters.
if we were actually-
that is a perfect example of what Eli just said. Like,
if we
shit
were looking at one of their other games, because their other games are actually pretty good, like Boo Breakers actually looks kind of fun. And that was
the VR
released back
baseball
in,
looks more unique than any other like many VR games I have seen.
Yeah,
to be fair.
but I mean, compared to this right now, their game from last year, from last October, this Boo Breakers thing, that looks better polished than this thing we're looking at. You're supposed to improve as you make more games. You're not supposed to scale back.
When you look at it, they released a number of games in 2016. I'm getting the sense that they're really cranking these suckers out.
And that's the concern I have, is that they are basically just pumping them out as quickly as possible. Either they're afraid,
game they make for
either
$23.
they're, but the thing is, are they afraid that it's going to be a fad and they're just trying to maximize their profits as quickly as possible? Or are they just really feeling like they're pushing out quality? We don't get a lot of quality on Steam. We don't. And that's not necessarily a platform thing. It's what happens when your marketplace is full of a bunch of assholes that will vote any old thing in because it made them laugh for a second. Look at Goat Simulator, for example. Look at
Goat Simulator was a lot of random shit that was really humorous. Like, it was somebody having fun fucking around. There was no false pretense with them, and we're like, oh, this is this really awesome, in-depth game.
No, but because,
so great. It was, no, you're fucking around. You're playing
but
a
the
goat,
problem with
doing
that is
random
because
shit.
it did so well, you've got every fucking idiot with a bunch of asset packs that's now making games. It's not to say that Goat Simulator was that joke, but it spawned all this shit because everybody said,
no,
I see that. I'm going to make whatever.
Wait a minute.
He started way before Goat Simulator.
But
Goat Simulator was a game
hairs
jam.
all you want. I'm just saying, when it came down to it, Goat Simulator was the big pinnacle game, and now all this other stuff that we've been seeing is just kind of like an offshoot of all that.
No, hold on.
Goat,
but let's
Goat
back
Simulator
up for a
was
second.
an
Bungie man
entirely different
disagrees.
beast from this.
No, also Goat Simulator was made in a 3-day game jam. It just happened to be funny and successful. It's not the same. It's not a symptom of the same problem of what's going on Steam.
I'm not saying
not
that.
the
I'm
same
saying that people saw something that actually took some effort from people that actually had some ability, and now they're just trying to replicate that. That would be like me saying, oh yeah, Surgeon Simulator was just a one-note joke, and it sold primarily because of that joke, but also when you actually practice at it, it's really fucking fun and challenging. And, you know, you get to rip out Trump's heart. I'm impressed they found one, but, you know, whatever.
I didn't know that.
I'm simply saying that
big.
when it comes down to it, there's the good jokes, and then these things, which just feel like they're all phoned in. And that's the problem I have, is because there's no vetting process really on Steam. There's no chance for anybody to step in and say, okay, this really probably shouldn't be sold. They leave it up to the YouTubers.
Sell games that aren't finished.
Because they still get a cut. They don't fucking care. They're Valve. They get their 30-something.
Well, but then you also have to worry.
It's not just
about
Valve,
the
unfortunately.
censorship,
That's,
right?
that's EA, that's Ubisoft. That is a lot of
No, but it
companies.
is. It's Valve because they own Steam.
No, Valve's perspective on the stuff is essentially that as long as you're honest about what you're selling, it's fine. You just have to be clear what it is you're selling to people. If you're selling them something that is basically just a bunch of pictures, then you need to tell people you're selling them a bunch of pictures with nothing else to it. Now,
this is the thing, right? Like, the problem is, like, there's only a certain amount of money, let's say, at a given month that people can spend on games, and if a certain percentage of that money is frequently just going to crap that otherwise would have gone to supporting better games, that's reinforcing like the bad of the people in the industry, and not reinforcing the people that are good in the industry, and it creates this kind of like bubble of just sustained crap, and it's fucking cancer.
It's
for the game industry.
It smells terrible, guys. We've seen it. It's awful.
I don't need to remind you. Well, maybe I do need to remind some folks of the fucking video game crash. And again, I don't think any of us are really on the opposite side of this argument at this point. But really, like, the video game crash is going to happen again if we're not careful. because people were going to stop spending money on games altogether.
It was
I don't
close
think
with the
that- I don't-
shovelware
not
on the
altogether,
Wii.
but they're gonna start
The
spending
video
less.
game crash was a little
Yeah,
bit different.
Yeah,
in
not
the fact
altogether,
that there-
but definitely
Yeah.
less if there's
Yeah,
another
yeah.
crash.
Well, no, and I think it is a little different, Steven. You're right in that, like, obviously we're in a totally different sort of distribution era than we were back then too. But but at the end of the day, the point still stands that, like, what happened during the video game crash is that so many people or so many developers were putting out really, really crappy games, and there's really basically no quality control of those games.
Whoa,
and
how many
people start getting
developers?
pissed? I mean, this is the Atari. Google the video game crash of like 1980.
No,
I think.
I know it quite well.
Yeah, I figured you must. Yeah, of course, you
But
would.
the fact, like, they released their top game or their top games as being crap. Nowadays, you can still find good games in the weight of crap.
I think that's
my
the
point is
major
though
difference.
that, like, there were so many crappy games that people stopped spending money on games.
Yeah,
because
but I
they
think
were, like,
that's
parents were like,
the
"These are
major
bad."
difference, though. I think that's the major difference between now and then is that at that time, the only games you could buy realistically were coming from manufacturers, like actual companies. You couldn't buy games for like a few cents on Steam. You couldn't just buy something that a single person made. Like there was licensing and there was manufacturing involved, and companies.
There wasn't licensing though. No, there wasn't. In Atari days, there wasn't licensing.
Agreed.
So that's why.
But the manufacturing costs were there.
Okay,
you
but
had to spend $50 for a
the
game.
strict quality control program that, like, basically Nintendo put into place and other developer or publishers followed. That
Kellogg,
allowed the console market to be sustained.
Hang on. You're missing my point here. It's like it's not about specifically licensing. It's about the idea that these were games that were being released for consoles from major companies. That, like, you were paying a significant amount of money to get a console to play these games, and then you go to buy games that you have to pay full price for, and it turns out they're selling you games that are just shit. Of course people aren't going to buy into that.
Yeah, that's a good majority.
The difference now is you can get an account on Steam for free, and if some random developer releases a game and you decide to download it and it sucks, then you delete the game and you move on to something else.
It's definitely better. I mean, admittedly,
It's better, and I would also say it's different. We live in a digital age where I do agree.
Distribution is.
I do agree with that. Like, we do have like a risk of that with so much like
Right,
shit
articles,
just
this is an article-
oversaturated.
Yeah, but we're not
Basically-
stuck. We're not stuck in the dark ages where you basically have no other choice. Like if a game company sucks or a game console sucks, you're not stuck to just that. I mean,
Very true,
unless
yeah.
you want to live in a world where the games never update.
Games.
But
Well,
but
that's the
it,
problem.
So what?
Maybe too
in,
many.
in any
No,
case,
but that's a problem because those 10-year-olds need to be spending money on better games so that those companies survive.
Okay,
They're
but
10 years old. They
good
don't know
games.
what a good game
The
is.
thing
They
is,
play
though-
What a
Minecraft
good
all
game.
fucking
You
day.
educate them on music, video games, movies. Don't even send them to school.
The
Fuck it.
thing is though, like, they know there are better games out there for one thing, and for another, a lot of these games
I
that
don't
we're
think that
seeing,
they know that necessarily. That's the thing.
No, they
How
do.
Can we say that? I don't think we can say that they know that.
they know about big name games. At
If
least
you develop a game, you have the fucking internet. There's no way they don't know
this is
about
just
like
gonna
the
push
Witcher.
people to
or
console,
something.
man.
hang on.
It's gonna do.
What we're seeing with these games, with this stuff coming out on Steam and other shit like it, is this is essentially Flash game quality moving over onto Steam because Flash games are becoming less popular.
Yep.
Nah, because Flash games actually had some quality to it, but
Well,
not a lot.
no. Okay, if you, like 5 years ago, if you looked at Newgrounds or Armor Games or anything like that, there were mountains of games that were just rehashed shit. Like, it was insane amounts of games that were worth absolutely nothing.
Yep.
And you had a few really good games here and there, but for the most part, it was just random people making shit games and throwing them up on websites for people to play for 5-10 minutes.
Because back then, that's where you proved yourself as a developer before you like tried
And
to.
but
be
that's
a
what I'm
regular.
saying though. That's just moving over to Steam and stuff like it now. It's not something that didn't
I
exist.
understand what
I guess
Eli
you're
is
right.
saying, and
I guess
do
you're
agree.
right, but
Actually, that's a very, very
I don't
good
know. I
point.
still think
All
it's
right,
gonna
folks,
cause
let's
problems.
move on because I think we're just wasting our time at this point.
But
So
guys,
let's back the ball.
Super Pixel Smash.
Let's get on to the next one because otherwise this will just become an Amtrak. So the next game on the list is Outbreak, and we're going from mid-range quality to under the fucking bus quality.
Please don't tell me this is zombies.
There's zombies
No,
involved. Actually, no, they're not zombies. They're the undead. Is that better?
Enough
the
with the
distinction you make.
zombies.
There you go. I mean, there's really
Zombie.
nothing I can say about it. It has most
Have a good night, Light
negative
Mesa.
overall. Huh?
Like
I'm just saying
Masa's
goodnight to
leaving. Going to bed.
There's not much that we can say about this at this point. It's shit. Look at it.
Game. Next game.
It's
Okay.
basically like reload. It's like loaded if it had no quality to it.
This looks
Enough.
fucking awful.
This looks like a
Zombies.
Flash game.
Yeah. Hey, you only have one life. Make it count.
This game should be
Obviously, this is not it.
Yeah,
From-
okay, you know what I thought was like a good kind of retro style horror game is Lone Survivor. I thought they did a very good job with that, and it's kind of hard to make like a horror-esque survival series in like any kind of retro format, 8-bit, 16-bit, anything. But this, we almost bring it up too often, and it's almost kind of a trope to say it. But this looks like it was made in RPG Maker, and they didn't spend enough time looking at all of the things RPG Maker actually has. They just wanted to get the shit on the fucking program so that they could get it up to Steam as fast as possible.
Wait, no, this is Gauntlet.
This doesn't even look like RPG Maker, because RPG Maker is more of an isometric view. This
I
is
suppose that's
almost
true, yeah.
straight top down, and it deals with your character actually like rotating, like they're rotating the sprite on the screen. RPG Maker doesn't do that.
I suppose that's true. I just meant that what I meant by RPG Maker specifically was the graphical style, and I should have referenced that. This does look like, when you think of like top down kind of like that, I think of like old Flash games like Boxhead, if anyone played that.
This
And
is
two,
Gauntlet,
like-
though.
And that I was
No, it's
about to
not
say,
Gauntlet. Gauntlet was actually quality.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
It
this
was
is
a quarter eater.
Gauntlet with maybe one or two bad guys coming.
No, I will tell you. I will
Quick
tell
note
you what
here.
this
Quick
game
note
is.
here.
Click
3
that link
reviews
if anybody
so
wants
far.
to know.
3 reviews so far,
Yeah.
mostly negative. They
Yep.
want $15.
Yep.
This game. Granted,
What?
it is on sale. It is on sale right now for $10.50, which I wouldn't pay a third of that.
Nope. I would have to be incredibly drunk to even
This-
consider that.
In my opinion, this game enforces Eli's point with the previous one, where Flash games are
Yep.
just moving over to Steam Greenlight.
Yep.
Hey,
Well,
Bob,
there's no
remember
no
that game we made
incentive
when we
to
were like
do it.
7? Why don't we go grab it off the old Gateway 2000 and see if we can sell it on Steam there? I think it would be good. We can sell it for $15. Some dumbass little kid will buy it. I referenced a lot of conversations tonight in that little.
You basically did, but the other aspect of it is there's no incentive to do anything good on Steam because you can just keep pumping this shit out
Right.
over
I
and
agree.
over.
There is, if you're trying to have any kind of actual game development.
Eli, these
business.
people don't want to actually be game developers. They want to make money really,
They
really
want-
fucking quick. Period. End of
Okay,
story.
but that's what I'm saying though is if you actually want to have a career making games, there is incentive to make good games.
Well,
on
no
Steam.
shit. But obviously, the things we're getting here are not quality, so I'm not going to assume that these people are doing their best job. You know,
This also reminds
they're
me
not.
of Alien Syndrome.
Alien Syndrome would be
A
good.
little
because
bit.
Loaded
a little
is-
bit, but Alien Syndrome was better.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, obviously.
I don't know. I look at this and I'm just reminded of a much better game from the PS1 era called Loaded, which was super bloody as hell. I posted a link down to some screenshots down there. I'm gonna have to buy that game. Not this one, but Loaded.
There's also Reloaded.
Reloaded was okay, but I preferred Loaded.
I have not played that game in so long. Forgot.
But
this
Jesus
existed.
Christ, this game is fucking slow.
It is slow. A game like this should be moving a little faster.
Yeah. Here's a thing. I'm just gonna say about undead zombie games. This should be almost like a prerequisite. You fucking run. You run in fear. Something's gonna kill you. You don't walk away with it. Or you don't just walk away. Sometimes you walk away with it and you're dead. But my God,
I want to play Zombie U.
No, you don't, because Zombie U was a shit game and it was for a shit console. Next.
I didn't like Zombie U either. I didn't think it was really
Okay, whoa. To its credit, Zombie U was amazing for multiplayer in the same room.
All right.
Have you played it?
I have not tried it multiplayer.
Okay, multiplayer was really cool because the gamepad, you got to be the zombie master and place the zombies wherever you want. So you were playing an RTS while the other person is on the television playing the first-person shooter, killing the zombies that the zombie master is placing. That's a lot of fun.
That legitimately sounds pretty fun. I would like to try that sometime.
Crazy fun.
Or you could just get a bunch of books and
fun.
be a DM for D&D. I thought that would be much more fun.
I also think that would be great.
I'm sorry, Steven, I cannot agree with you there. I've gone to D&D nights that I got dragged to, and it bored me to fucking tears.
Oh, well, that's your problem. You got dragged to a bad one.
Yeah.
No, I got dragged to multiple and like different
got dragged to
styles,
multiple
and
bad ones.
D&D is not my thing.
Well,
Fuck
that's fair.
D&D.
I have never
D&D.
tried a D&D.
It is
Nope.
one of the best games ever created ever.
Nope, can't do it. It sucks.
I don't think we would have video games the way we have now, especially fantasy video games, if we didn't have
Not-
D&D.
not
If you
that-
get
okay.
games like this, I'm not gonna want to have games anymore. Okay.
Fantasy
Oh.
is in elves and dwarves and magic stuff is often based on D&D, but not very many other games are.
That's enough. I like fantasy, so that's like enough for me.
Well, you're just you.
Final Fantasy is an RPG.
not him. He's
Oh,
not
but-
him.
No, I'm Pantyman.
Let's for the love of God, let's move on to the next one, which is obviously nothing to do with what we've got going on. Because this is obviously this is the opposite of us. I think this game is called Hate Free Heroes.
This has
Also,
gone aggro.
real quick note, I just finished off this 750.
Nice.
Kalen said to stab you.
Damn, homie.
Fucking even Moobot is refusing to admit that you are a thing. So there's
No,
that.
Moobot was saying that it didn't want to love FNAF.
Oh, because really, I feel like that also would have worked as an answer as to the hate of D&D. But whatever.
I'm not saying that I hate D&D. I'm saying I don't want to play it. I don't want anything to do with it because it just bores me.
Fair enough. Let's get to this boring, obviously RPG Maker game then.
Wait, we're not going to talk about Outbreak more, guys?
No,
Well, let's talk about Outbreak more.
no.
But a zombie
Yeah,
game is
yeah.
so unique.
No.
You don't want to talk about more zombies, guys? Here. Okay.
Hey,
All right.
man, shove your face
I
in
guess
the
if,
crotch,
that's,
go.
if you don't want to talk about it anymore.
I don't think they want to talk about it.
Let's talk about this thing here, right here.
What's this
This
one?
thing. This one.
It's RPG-ish? Like Final Fantasy-ish?
Hate free.
Why would you
Hey,
want
it's
to play
Tracer!
Free Hero?
Citizens that have gone after.
That does not look like Tracer.
Skip. I'm just voting right now. Skip.
It's like the boring sibling of Tracer.
Yeah,
her name
I
is
would
Paul.
personally skip this. It does
Can we
not
skip it?
look like it's worth conversation.
Hope
I
was a
would like-
teacher
I
in a
would like
local
to
high
skip
school.
this.
She joined the
What is
FH.
with these
Hey!
stories,
Wait,
though?
why do we
Just
hate
like
this
Rob
game?
would play it.
Because it looks cheesy and dumb, and
I wouldn't
it
play
looks like
this.
they
Turn
put
based,
zero
keep quiet.
effort
It's like
into it.
90% of what we look at on this show.
Isn't
Yeah,
this
but-
the point where we're supposed to say that
Sorry.
it really was made in RPG Maker?
Chris,
Hate
in fairness,
free
RPG
heroes.
makers specifically are just shittier.
Persons have
I'm
gone
so sick of
aggro.
looking. I'm an RPG fan. Anyone that has watched Retrohaven or talked to me for even a fucking minute would know that. And this looks awful.
When you piss off
so
Pain,
bad.
just saying.
Reminds me of the older RPG. Everybody follows you around like a lunar.
Why
But
is
I
the
like that? That's fine. It's more along for me. It's more along. God, it's just the RPG Maker style. I have used that program.
By the
You
way,
can make
this
games look good. This is bullshit.
this one absolutely does look like it was made in RPG Maker because the interface style and the viewpoint that you get and the character movement and stuff.
Thank you.
They look exactly how a default RPG Maker game would look.
You want to make an RPG Maker game? Make it for a fucking mobile.
Also, like, how uncreative is it to just call everyone in the city aggro-mites?
Yeah.
I guess
I'm still
you can
trying
skip
to
it.
figure out why it's called Hate
Is this like the
Free
newest
Heroes.
RPG? How it looks like the RPG Maker? I haven't like
No, this is gonna be like what is it? V-Ace, which I believe came out. VX-Ace, thank you, which I believe came out 5-6 years ago. I actually have that one, but
Yeah, I have that too. But...
I just still voting to skip. Still voting to skip.
I just want to know what the hell a hate-free hero is, because
Anticipation.
Okay.
Maybe the name is supposed to mean that you hate free heroes.
No. It is a giant sub. It's filled with tuna, and there's no bones in there, and it's hate-free.
I'm liking this.
I would actually play that. It sounds like
have bones. It
sounds like a Subnautica offshoot, really.
And it has a nice layer of lettuce, nice layer of tomatoes, a shot of mayo, and it's good.
No,
that would be a hate-free.
Are you offering to make me a sandwich?
Probably.
I would get in the kitchen right now.
Here is what this.
And make me a sandwich.
I know.
And then make me a sandwich. A little bit of mayonnaise on that.
I know full well that some people have said about SJWs and all that. This is legitimately an SJW game.
I didn't want to say that.
Hate-free Heroes is a modern-day role-playing game that takes the player into the role of an agromite. Noun. A mischievous entity that influences a person's aggression levels through the dream world or altered reality.
Is this a propaganda game?
The whole point of this game is to make people nice. That's it. That's the whole fucking point.
Is Agromite like Vegemite? Is it just
okay?
Like...
We all can't be nice.
God, no.
If every single human was nice, we would be destroyed when the aliens come.
Especially if
they're going to kill each other with a bigger board and a nail on the end. They're going to make a bigger bowl and a bigger nail.
So
I just want to let that hang for a second. But yeah, this is they are sponsoring a website.
That reference, but I don't remember what it was from.
Yeah.
Simpsons Halloween special.
There you go.
Got it.
Thank you.
This is I'm going down this rabbit hole and I'm wishing I didn't. They are sponsoring a website called BeHateFree.org.
Boy.
And the entire point, oh my god.
One of the conversation options that you get in the game says kindly ask.
Yeah.
Like you can't just do wording that's nice. You have to say that I say things kindly.
As opposed to
what? Can we watch the panty trailer again?
Hang on. It gets better. It gets better. Hate or any act motivated by hate. They don't even say hate. They have it all in quotes. Is destructive by nature and can endanger the freedom and rights of others. An act of hate is always an unjustifiable act. If you punch me in the face, I'm going to punch you in the face. That is a justifiable act. I'm going to hate being punched in the face. Mm-hmm. Hate can be justified. I don't care what world these idiots are living in.
We also will never live in a world that is without hate.
Yeah, not anymore. This Friday.
Do not shut up.
God damn
it.
You didn't do that, FNAF. Shut up.
Go back to France, you bastard.
Oh, God. That laugh just made me think, oh, God, soon I may be feeling pleasant, too.
The city is running amok. The stream has run amok.
I feel like I need way more alcohol to be looking at this website. I feel like I'm hating just by looking at it.
Why are you looking at it anymore?
Because I want to hate, that's why.
Let's move on.
I gain power through hate. The next game on the list is called Memoranda. It is the only game that Caitlin would probably like. It is a point-and-click adventure game where you play as a young girl that is forgetting her own name.
I was going to say, forget to put her mic on when she's sitting on it.
Yeah, that could be why.
I want to play games, please. Just saying.
Oh. It must happen dark.
I didn't mean to take over. Please continue.
No, you did. That's all there is to it. It's game, point and click.
Really?
Boom. That's it. Yeah.
Oh.
It's one of them their story games, yo.
Well, admittedly, first right off the bat,
Can barely hear you.
Sorry,
probably
right off the bat with Memoranda, I do like the art style. I think the characters look like unique and cool.
That's fair.
Looks like a kid's storybook so far.
I actually
Kinda, but
just
it's a-
recommended this game to my friend Kat because it seems like it would work really well for her.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait,
so
what's the game I'm looking at?
I'm getting
Memoranda.
Miranda.
I'm getting the Professor Layton vibe.
I get like
I
a,
have not-
a
are those
child
games fun?
look like graphically wise. I don't know. It looks like freaking not Eric Carle, but like one of those children's books,
Yeah, a little bit. I know what you're saying.
like
Inspired
Stregonona or something like that.
I knew you were very
Haruki
smart from the
Murakami.
first moment I saw you at the door holding a tray.
I don't know who
I'd
that
like
is.
to test you. May I?
Yeah, I do. I like
I'm
this a
curious how
lot.
it scored. It's been
I
a
mean,
while since I
point
had
and clicks
fun.
are random. I don't play them myself. I haven't since I was a child. But it on like a pure like graphical and art style, I think this looks really
Which
great.
was like, what, 5 years ago?
You gonna just take that?
no
Mitch?
response.
Go
shave
shave
your
your
gray
gray bush, you bastard.
You're not gonna rub your crotch in his face and show him the
Wait,
power?
did you just tell him to go shave his gray bush?
And
Yes.
then I called him you bastard, yes.
You wanna say that again fully so we can clip that too?
25th
Go shave
January.
your gray bush, you bastard.
Yeah.
A little better.
Yeah, a little bit.
I had some bastard in there.
You did add some bastard in there, yeah.
You really are a fat bastard.
Austin, that's fat bastard stool. Oh, it was a bit nutty.
It's not mine, I swear.
Throws
I-
a shoe.
I would
Seriously.
imagine. I would imagine after that movie came out, Swedish penis pump stock went up.
Oh my god, they must have.
Yeah.
It went up and up and up.
And then
Indeed.
eventually went down.
It went straight up.
And then eventually it just went
Like a
And-
rocket.
And then and then they suffered a groin pull, and then it just went down.
Maybe Madeline. Maybe it looks like Madeline.
Yeah, it has that kind of animation to it. Yeah.
But honestly,
that
though,
guy
this
just
like
threw up.
But now
Thi-
pass the donut.
this looks like the type of game
No, wait,
that
it's
like
over
it
here.
has really simple but nice graphics. You know, stuff looks really nice in the game. It looks like something to where you can appreciate the art style even though you can tell it's really simple. And it looks like it could have a really good storyline to it. Like something that you could get into and appreciate it for what they're trying to show you. So I think based on that, this is probably worthwhile. I would consider playing it. So
Any other thoughts?
Point and click games are
no one
boring.
else is as profound. They cannot offer thoughts.
I think
Hunting
you
man
meant-
has
meant
no
pretty
No one
thoughts.
else is as profound. I am the most profound. And I have got nothing
No,
to
you're
say.
not.
Fine, we'll measure our profundity later.
Yes,
Um,
I have a profound
Yes, in a
silence.
dick measuring contest.
Exactly, a profound dick.
I've got
Yes,
the biggest ruler.
Profound.
Profound. Oh, my dick is
is
profounding
most
right now.
profound.
Yeah, don't you mean a meter stick?
Oh, very clever.
Ooh.
He
And
out.
also, and
he
also unlikely.
out-Canadá'd you.
Shots fired.
That is as clever as it is unlikely.
I'm happy with the size of a meter stick. Thank you.
I don't know. I think I would
Meter.
require several meter or yardsticks. And I am not exaggerating in the slightest.
You know, for practical use, I think a meter would be fine.
I don't know about that.
Eli,
I do.
is that just because you're a little tipsy and you see 3?
Possibly.
Hmm.
But who shall know?
Obviously,
Until
whoever
we
has to
get
measure.
the multiple meter or yardsticks or other measuring instrument involved.
I don't think we can do that on Twitch. Maybe on YouTube Red. Maybe on RedTube. We could probably do that there.
Yeah, RedTube would be easy to get away with that.
Oh yeah, that was the thing.
That still is a thing. Yeah.
It still is. It's
No,
just
you're
not
right.
as popular as Pornhub or Xvideos.
I was about to say, not as popular as Pornhub.
Hopefully, that bit of sucking up will actually get us a sponsorship from Pornhub.
Please,
That would
Pornhub,
be
listen to our
interesting if
words.
we got a sponsorship from Pornhub.
I
Dear
would
Pornhub,
like that.
I will play all of the porn games if you pay us.
We will
because
stream
I'm already
Go
playing
against
them.
with
I mean,
TOC
because I really want to
or
play them.
TOS.
Because
No,
VR
no.
porn is great.
We will
Wait,
stream Honeycam every single day.
I mean, Rob
Okay.
told me VR porn was really great.
Kellogg, I will
Loves
say,
VR porn.
VR porn games are fucking trippy.
Well, because the truth
Wait.
is, as far as I'm aware, they're mostly just normal hentai games adapted for VR, which means they're basically kind of hacky. So there's nothing stranger in
Kinda.
life than a hacky VR porn game.
Okay. Yes, that is true, but at the same time, once you try one of those out, it's like, what the fuck?
Wait.
Yeah, because
you
it
could
is,
be-
it is very bizarre.
You could
It's
be
very bizarre.
simulating a
It's one of
certain
those-
something and then the head
Moments.
explodes or something.
Yes.
In
it
theory,
will
yes.
explode your head.
That actually
and also,
sounds-
like, nothing is the correct proportion. So it's just like everything's either gigantic or
Yeah,
tiny or
that's
like
true.
weirdly disproportionate.
That
To be
is
totally
true.
fair, a porn game where your head could theoretically explode, not that head, but the other head, the one on your shoulders, that actually sounds like a pretty good one.
Okay, but Kellogg though, like
That's on the list tonight from
seriously
Stylo, right?
though, weird
No.
proportions in a porn game is every single one you will ever play.
Well, but you trust me, man. Nothing is weirder proportions in a porn, like in a game like that, than when it's like fucking on your eyeball.
I think it's really bad that we're talking about.
But you're not going to
porn
find
while
a porn
watching
game
this.
that has
It
realistic.
is not. It is not weird
There's
at all.
no fun. There would be
Go get your beta
absolutely
tapes,
no fun to
FNAF.
play a porn game that was realistic.
Yeah.
I feel.
Seriously. All right,
Should-
go at it for
should
5
we
minutes and
put-
try not to fall asleep after.
Should we just put Panty
I've
Party
never
back
had
on
that
screen?
problem.
Put Panty Party back on. If we're gonna talk about this, panties.
Also,
we're gonna talk about
please-
this panties. Is that what I heard?
please-
Yes, those were what got thrown on the floor.
Please, if you would, clip that as well. We're going to move on to the next one. Clip the panties, all the panties. The next game is called Nefarious.
Oh,
It is a platformer where you play as the bad guy that kidnapped the princess, not unlike Braid. I like the art style already. And the whoring up the
Fantasy
retro.
6.
Oh, look at all these. You are the boss fights. I just saw Mother Brain in the bag.
You did.
I just did.
And Kefka.
Okay, so this is kind of taking
All of them. It just
So you are the boss.
Scarface, almost.
which Scarface?
So, like,
Pacino
Well, no, just
Scarface?
like the movie. How you get to be the bad guy, and there's this good guy that's trying to kill you.
That's. I don't think there were any good guys in Scarface. Now that I think
Watch
about
Scarface?
it. Yes.
Right
I
at
don't
the
think-
end, the action hero that came in was killing him with the cocaine. Right at the end, it was a typical good guy that was coming to save.
Nobody in Scarface's end sequence was a good guy. They were all drug traffickers.
That's you need to
They were all
rewatch it.
cartel.
Also, was the dude that was
Rewatch it, man.
They were all cartel.
You gotta watch the Canadian dub
Rewatch it.
version.
God,
Yeah, the
You must be
Canadian
talking
dub.
about the TV edit.
back to Nefarious, damn it. Man,
There always seemed like there was one good guy dressed in white that came in to beat the bad guy.
That dude was wearing all black and blew him away with a shotgun.
No, that was Montega.
What Scarface are you watching?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So this
Oh,
is
we
pretty-
got the
this is
panty
pretty
race.
Sweet.
Say hello to my little friend.
They specifically. That's funny. Like they did use recreations of older bosses from older games. I think
Yeah.
this game looks really fun.
Yeah, like I seriously, I saw this game when I was updating our
$10
games
max.
list, and I want to play this one.
This looks.
Because it
Eli,
reminds me so much of Sonic the Hedgehog, but where you're actually the one trying to fuck everything up.
Devin,
It does
have
seem
you guys ever
excessively.
played the original Alien Hominid? Not
Yes.
the Flash, the one that
It-
did
it
come
re-
out on consoles.
It
You know,
reminds
but-
me more of Sonic the Hedgehog, really.
No, I know. I would say it's a combination of both. That's what I get. That's what I see at least. And
I
Yeah, I
think
see a lot
played
of
all
like I
sorts.
see the Sonic, but I also see like a little bit of Mega Man here. Like I feel like
Yeah,
and
that
Final
too.
Fantasy,
That too.
They do. There's turn-based battles in this too. Like they look like they have
Yeah.
kind of a fun mix.
oh,
And
they
they're
add
actually-
RPGs to this.
Yeah.
Like
No,
turn-based.
just for one boss fight.
Oh, they specifically showed shit from Sonic the Hedgehog
Yep.
as inspiration for this.
And Metroid, Final Fantasy, and Mega Man X.
Yep.
I
Final
guess
Fantasy
they did
6,
have
you're
those as
definitely-
backgrounds.
And you're
Yeah,
definitely
I'd play
seeing all
this.
that here.
I mean,
Yeah.
Super Metroid is some of the best boss fights I've fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd play
I
this.
want to play this one.
I do too.
How much?
I don't know. I'm actually trying to find it online or how much.
Holy crap! We finally come out with a good game.
I know.
It happens every once in a great while.
Huh?
It doesn't say how much this game is going to go for yet.
No.
My guess
trying
is
to-
this is
trying
going
to
to be
see
at
if I
least
can-
$15. Might be 20.
I'm
Like, it looks
hoping for
polished.
10. I'm hoping for 10
10.
because at this point in time, 10 seems like a reasonable price for a
That's
game like
their
this.
only game.
Yeah.
It is their only game. I have found the actual game site, which is literally just nefariousgame.com.
It's just updates. I already scrolled down.
Yeah, I already looked
No,
through it.
no price yet. I hope it's
That-
cheap. I guess if
I love the art style.
I
Jeez,
do.
that's
If I
great.
were to guess,
Yep.
I would say 15. I hope it's not 20. Let me put it that way. I hope it's not 20.
I love that the main character just looks like a cracked out Mega Man X.
I know.
Well, he
Okay,
looks
but if
he
it's-
looks a lot like Knuckles to me.
A little
If
bit,
this
yeah.
is a game that you would play, why would you not want to spend $20 on this?
Well, the only thing is, I like a lot of platformers, but I don't know. They tend
They wear
to
out
be
their welcome
How many
Yes.
games have you played that you get to play as the bad guy?
A lot of games.
That's,
I mean,
that's
it's
really
really
not
what
the
do you
point.
trope.
No, like platformers.
It's not all that
That's-
unusual.
Have you
It's
played
not.
They Bleed Pixels?
Yeah.
That's you're a bad guy in that. That's a bad
I'm not. I'm not basing my thoughts on the price on whether you're playing as the good guy or the bad guy.
No,
or whatever.
mine is the
No,
camera.
not mine either. Just the fact that if it's a game that you would be interested in playing, like this looks like fun. Why
It does,
would
but
you
the-
never pay more than a certain price?
I think the real
Because
question
at
is
this
how long
point, for
are you
20
actually gonna play it?
bucks, I could get an amazing game to play.
Yeah.
This is an amazing game.
No,
We don't know that
looks
yet.
like this looks
Yeah, it
like a
looks.
really good game, but I wouldn't call it amazing. Like it looks like it'd be fun, but it's not something that I would want to put a significant amount
Okay,
of money
so what's the
into.
difference between an amazing game and a fun game? Like, would you
Replayability.
pay $70 for an amazing game that you're not going to have fun with?
That doesn't make
Okay, an amazing
but the-
game,
An amazing
by
game
my
is fun.
definition, would be fun, and it would
Okay.
have a really good storyline, and it would have, a hell of a lot of eye candy to
Okay,
it.
but if, like, for example, if there's a game that you think is absolutely amazing for $70, and when I get it, it's like
70.
pure garbage.
70.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, everything.
Canada,
No, I'm not
you gotta
saying that
import
this one should be
prices.
70. I'm
Hell,
just
for
saying
some people,
that
$70 isn't even a lot of money.
True.
For me right now, $20 is still a decent amount of money.
Yep.
How
Okay,
long of a
like,
game is it too?
all the
That-
ga-
that's
all
what
the,
factors
That's,
into
I
it.
was about to bring up that same
If I
point,
was
too.
still in a position to where I was making the money I used to make, then I wouldn't give a shit. $20 would be fine. I wouldn't care. But
yeah,
right
you
now,
you want new games, you have to budget. Another good point.
yeah, and right now, $20 is a lot of money to spend on one game for me. I have to pick and choose what I'm going to spend that kind of money on.
Who's your daddy?
Okay, so, like,
Nintendo
That was
Switch.
$2.
No, I bought it. I bought it literally because you said to, and I'm like, yeah, $250, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck that. I'll buy that.
yeah, like for me, it's driving me insane that the games right now, like for the Wii U, for an example, they're all $79.99 where I'm around, and
Holy
it's
shit.
yeah.
Russia?
Canadian
So
dollars.
it's
Canadian
hard for
dollars.
me. Yeah, it's Canadian, but it's hard for me to justify paying $80 to play a Poke tournament, for example.
Okay, but
I
you
can't-
realize
it's hard
that
to
even if this
justify
is
that.
20, even if this is 20 here, it's going to be more expensive than that for you.
Well, if this one was 20, or that would be like $30 Canadian or something like that. Yeah, I would probably go for it because this is something that would be a lot of fun. And if see, okay, now this is going to be odd for a TorchFork mob person. I don't drink, so I don't have the money
We already know one of your
We need to
major
revolt.
shortcomings.
Get him out of here.
There we go.
TorchFork.
Every time he
But,
says he doesn't drink, take a shot.
Do we actually have a TorchFork that we can use to stab him?
It's an R&D.
Okay, but the point I'm trying to make is that I do have
Murder the unbeliever.
I do have a little bit more money for games than other people would because I
Share.
don't.
Yeah, we saw your 4K rig. Don't bitch about money.
He passed go and he collected $200.
Anyway, Point I'm trying to make is that if a game is fun and you're going to have a lot of fun with it, and it takes you even if it takes you an evening, isn't that the kind of the same as an evening of drinking?
No, it is not.
Okay.
The major difference.
Drinking can make you forget.
The major
playing a really good game can help you forget too.
Okay.
Yeah, but I forgot why I started drinking.
That was
the major difference between the two is a combination of the amount of work that they put into making the product versus how much they can expect to bring in back from that amount of work. With alcohol, they have to put in that much work for every single serving of alcohol that they sell. Whereas with the game, they make it once and they can sell it as many times as they want to.
So, guys, are we really comparing the experience of drinking to playing a game?
Yes,
Does that
yes,
even
we are. And
any of that
wins.
even fucking makes sense?
Wait.
Drinking wins.
To be
I mean,
fair,
you could do both
there
at the
is a
same time, and
legitimate-
I would take
Yes.
video games over drinking.
Okay.
There's a
Hands
legitimate
down.
I would
reason-
take video games over drinking.
Both of them can
I'd say
be
playing
a
killing
mind-altering
zombies while drinking.
experience.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the fact is, you get to keep the game.
But here's
Once
the
you
problem
drink,
with
it's
that.
gone.
Wait, here's
You
the
can keep
problem
the
with
bottle.
your entire plan, FNAF. You also assume that he's going to play it after he's done playing it through the first time.
Well, how's that different than drink?
It's different from drink because you can always get more of the same drink. You get bored with a game if you,
You can
play
get
it a
bored
lot.
of a drink.
Never. And if you do, you need to go
Not,
Not a
for
good
the right
drink.
reason.
But no, you try a different drink, right? I've seen you guys drink and announce all the
Show
different
me.
drinks.
That's the thing, though.
Show me,
Whether you put your money into one drink or another, you know, like there is variation in price depending on the quality and the type
The
of drink.
replay
Hello?
value of drinking is
Games?
very poor.
It's very high, I would say.
It is
It-
very
it
high.
depends-
I
no, it
can
depends
buy
on how
the
much
same
you...
liquor again and again and again, which is part of why I keep buying this stuff because I fucking love this stuff, even though it's cheap.
It
Dude,
really
that's just-
depends because
That's
if you
just
drink
GLC
enough-
for the first bottle, man.
You guys
you
can't
drink
see
enough-
me. You guys can't see me, but I'm wearing panties on my face.
you are.
Thank you for that segue, Rob.
And I can't see him, and I can't confirm panties on his face.
See, but the funny part about that is if you
God.
drink enough, the
Tomorrow
replay
night,
value.
movie night.
Yeah, the next movie night is, I
Theaters.
assume, Wednesday.
Tomorrow. That's what
Yeah.
I said.
Or was Wednesday.
What are we watching?
But time-wise, do we have a time?
Midnight
It's
Easter.
looking like probably around
Nap
9
time.
p.m. Pacific.
No, not nap time. What are we even going to
That's
be
a
watching?
nap
Do we know?
time. So you
It's-
can
for nap time.
It's looking like 9 p.m. Pacific so far. Because that's the only time frame I've gotten so far, which was from Rob.
You mean Panty Man, right?
Yes.
Yes, from Panty Man. And, by the way, we are watching the sequel to Panty Man, to Hentai Common. We're watching part 2, which came out in 2016, and it's going to be fucking amazing.
And we
lot of
totally
things
cannot
happen.
show that on Twitch.
We cannot.
it
It's
already.
going to be somewhere else. If you want to join us, you got to join the Discord so you can get the link to watch it with
Pop
us.
that Discord link in chat. Kellogg
Beat
beat
you
it to me
to
because
it.
he's a bitch.
And
It's a
Bitch,
bit.
that's fast at typing.
and finally, so when it comes down to it, FNAF, you'd have to understand drinking to really understand where I think Eli is coming from. I think this just proves that all of us need some kind of detox, considering we're trying to just hammer it in, but it just really
You know
comes
what?
down to
The way I look at it is the Greeks, way back when, they had
Wait,
essentially...
I had to say it's nothing.
wait. I need to know where this is going. Go.
No,
Yeah,
they
I'll-
essentially had a weekly thing.
Yeah,
where
they had
everybody
kegs of
would
sweet
get
tea
together,
vodka, man.
Everybody would drink,
Have
and they
sex.
would do all this shit to just let go. Alcohol lets you go. You get to
Thing is
just
about
do whatever
the
the fuck
Greeks,
you want to
they
do.
They didn't have that much wine, and all
Well, they
they
didn't
had
have
was
access to
wine.
video games for one.
No, they just touched each other. It was great.
True. After or before drinking.
There
I
was
mean, when you
they
only
play
when the average
games
lifespan
with
is 22,
alcohol.
then the average age is like 15. So everyone's pretty horny.
You obviously got to do what you got to do while you can. That's all.
no, but the thing was, like, realistically, people need event. They need to be able to let go of whatever the fuck they have going on in their heads. Alcohol helps with that because it lets you just let the fuck go.
Helps certain.
I say we move on to the final game and not draw out this philosophical conversation.
Okay,
about value
but
of drinking.
we will save it for the last bit of this. But again, the actual question that I was hoping was going to get answered but didn't. FNAF, I think it really just comes down to the fact that.
Sorry.
I think it's just down to the fact that this is your jam. So you would be totally fine with spending 60, 70, 80, 90, $100 maybe on this kind of thing. Just like how I was totally fine to drop money on Kickstarters for games that don't even exist, but they have a retro feel to it. I'm totally fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
But this, we have seen so many games that are of a similar quality that have been a lower price point. Or even lower. So it's one of those things where if you consistently get that and it's not your jam, you don't want to devote a lot of money to it when you could spend that money elsewhere on something that might be more polished or higher quality.
On a different game that may be with.
This looks pretty polished to me.
But
no, I agree. I think we all like the game. I think we were discussing the merits of both budget and what people enjoy, which we have covered to such an extent that we're going to start repeating ourselves.
We are, and that's why we're going to move on to the
Let's
last
move on.
one.
The last game, Final Fantasy VII. Oh, wait.
The last game of the evening is the one that I'm certainly looking forward to. Because it has nothing to do with Resident Evil 6.
Yes.
It's Resident Evil
I do, before
7.
I make a note, I have played both demos, both the PS4 one and the Steam one.
Yes.
And I have to agree
This is
with
the one that Eli didn't like, so you got killed by a door,
Steam,
right?
The Steam demo was BS. Tropey and completely predictable. If you have the chance, try the PS4 demo. It is better.
Yeah.
It is better.
Yes.
The Steam one was BS. So when because I remember, Eli, you initially saying that you were disappointed in it, and I was like, what are you talking about? Like, we played the same demo, only to find out that they
didn't.
Yeah, they released two separate demos. The Steam one is not nearly as good as the PS4 one. The PS4 one creeped me out so much that I had 3 of my friends play it in the dark because I was like, I want you guys to experience this too.
And yet, I still can't get people to play fucking Layers of Fear.
So you get
We're gonna
your
get on
friends,
that. We're just
put
gonna
them in the dark.
Don't have better. And no walkthrough.
I also, actually, more than Layers of Fear, though, I want to play that other game, the
Game Never-Ending Nightmares.
Yes, I want to play that so bad.
Rob, you just said that you get your friends, you put them in the dark, and
He's
then
Pac-Man.
play
You can do
games?
this.
And he makes them play video games.
Oh!
Hey!
That's what he said when he
I
first
get
saw
my
me.
friends,
It was weird.
I get my friends, I put them in the dark, and then no one hears from them ever again. Where'd you guys
nice
talking?
knowing
What's
you,
up?
Kellogg.
Bad timing.
Nice knowing you.
Bad timing.
Great timing, I thought. Yeah, weird demo thing aside, because call me crazy. He's dying. It's okay. Call me crazy. I think it would have been better if they just released the same demo on both platforms, especially if it was the PS4 demo, because that one was fucking awesome. But they didn't, for some reason.
I don't know why they didn't release the same fucking demo.
That's what I said.
That is exactly what Steven did.
Welcome back.
We agree. That's it's weird.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying, what the fuck? The demo on
don't
Steam
know.
sucked.
It did. What was the worst part of it? The absolute
The whole thing fucking sucked. It was stupid.
From beginning to end, what was the apex of the suckage?
Yeah.
The apex of the suckage was the fact that I could walk around and I could see where the game had the guy fucking teleporting away.
Yep.
Where realistically I should have easily caught up with him in the house to see exactly where he went, but he was just gone. And then as soon as I clicked on the fucking door, he reappeared. And it told me I got a fucking game over and gave me a bad
It
ending.
was so
Zip drive
predictable
from
and so
asteroids.
buggy that, like, exactly what Eli's saying. Sometimes you would open a door and you would, like, know that he was going to be there because you could literally see, like, the game shift in a way where you knew where he was going to be. It was silly. And I don't know if that was, like, a limitation problem with... Well, Eli, you have a better computer than I do, so there's no way it was, like, a limitation problem. They just didn't do it very well.
It was shit. The
I'm
demo
really-
on Steam is shit.
I'm really hoping that the game. So, but aside the crappy demo, the PS4 one is good, and it's frightening, it's freaky, and I really hope that they stick to that T. This trailer, which I've seen before, also kind of freaks me out. I get a very Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibe from it, which I love.
That is probably the best part.
Okay, if it's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that's cool.
I love that shit. That movie, the original, is very fucking.
It is a little heavy on the cannibalism type of thing. It did give me a real Texas Chainsaw Massacre family vibe off it. So that's why I was confused originally when I saw you and Rob doing the thing in Discord saying about how the demo sucked, because what I played was fucking great. So
freaky.
Yeah.
I do also I do have to say it's kind of interesting that this is the first Resident Evil series that's going by both titles, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Not that really matters.
They've listed other titles in the series by both. It's
not in
it
America,
just depends.
Not in the US,
in America. In America, they have also done that on other titles. RE5 and 6 both very predominantly featured Biohazard right next to Resident Evil, and it's because they were trying to acknowledge that the original Resident Evil games realistically were supposed to be Biohazard, but the name got changed for America because they figured America, pretty much.
America.
Because it would confuse people. I don't know why they.
No. The original games, they thought Resident Evil was in the original games, they thought Resident Evil was a better selling point for America. Whereas in Japan, they just thought, hey, it's a virus. It's a biohazard.
Can we also bring in the point that the slogan, this number 6 in Resident Evil 6, looks like a giraffe getting head?
It is a giraffe getting head.
It's a giraffe getting head.
It is, yeah. I think
let's just bring that back real quick, that whoever designed that is actually an idiot.
That is fair.
I don't want to go too gross into this, but I imagine he was in the bathroom doing some inappropriate stuff, saw a splotch of something, and was like, got it.
Wait, did you really think that you were going to do something too inappropriate for this goddamn show?
Well, I didn't. Panty man.
Where do you think you are, Retro Haven? This is not a Caitlyn show. You don't have to be classy.
Yes, I do.
No, you're Panty Man. You rub your dick in people's faces. How are you classy?
I have magical golden buds.
Hola, Traeger.
You cannot do that voice quite right.
Buenos.
No, I've also been drinking.
There's no excuse. You should be able to do it better when drinking.
Seriously.
Drinking voice.
Okay.
So, I also would like to mention that Resident Evil, like, especially, I think 0, 1, 2, 3, and admittedly 4, 2, are really fun. I thought Code Veronica was kind of, like, BS-y. And, like, I don't know.
What about Resident Evil Survivor?
Yeah, whatever.
No.
Seriously, Code Veronica, the whole purpose of that entire episode of Resident Evil was just to show that Wesker is a god. I am stronger than you, I have the psychovirus, and you cannot beat me at all. See you later. I'm just going to throw you against a bunch of walls, never kill you, and go to Antarctica. Goddamn Code Veronica. What a bunch of bullshit.
All I can say is that I'm glad to hear that this game does not have multiplayer, because it doesn't fucking need it.
All I can say is, Rob, don't sugarcoat it. Tell us how you really feel.
He didn't sugarcoat. Well, he
so
did.
Goddamn annoying. Like they like wanted to re-explain or give more story to Claire and Chris, which is like, yeah, they're related. That's cool. Nope. Nope. What they're going to do is they're going to try and make it into a weird shooter. Because if you remember, in that game specifically, you get the special SMGs that Claire can use that essentially never run out of ammo, and you can kill everything with them. Like, the game is only challenging if you don't use the SMGs, which are given to you early in the game. There's so many, like, bad points to that game. It, like, truly bothers me. And it's just, they didn't explain the story well. I didn't like the things they added to Wesker. He's already powerful and all-knowing. Let's just give him the ability to have super strength and super speed. Cool.
He was basically the ninja from Metal Gear at that point.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just, that was silly to me.
Cool,
But then,
maybe this will come in handy when it comes to the sequel.
He did have a
But it-
kick-ass red eye, though.
But then they did the series did a good job. Like after they had released 2 and so they remade 1 for GameCube, then released 2 and 3. Unfortunately, not remade. And then they went and made Resident Evil 0, where you explain and you learn about Rebecca and like the random dude Billy. I thought that game was like terrific. The only real beef I have is that there's no like item crate in the game. You have to like leave items on the ground. So what you end up doing is like in the main hallway, just dumping all of your guns. And every single time you go there, there's just this giant shiny pile of guns. Like, what am I going to murder with today?
Well, that's how everything works. You just leave your guns in a big pile and you just grab them when you need them. What?
Yeah.
By the way, FNAF,
America, dude.
schlocken
I know.
is also a very inappropriate term.
Which is why we're going to start using it
Gotta look
going
that up.
forward.
That if never-
Oops.
It's not
Yes.
I'm naive. What do you want from me?
Well, that's
You're
why
not
we-
naive. You did it on purpose.
No, I yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
We'll go with that.
Here we go. See, I figure after a year of TFM, he'll just be drinking and smoking heavily. Like, goddamn, another retro game.
He doesn't even drink. He doesn't even drink. He just takes that next step.
Oh,
And
you
starts
know
doing
what?
meth
What'll
and
end up
heroin.
happening? He'll have to get a tracheotomy, and then he'll smoke from here and from here.
Oh
So.
man,
Yeah.
that'd be cool. We can have a stream about that.
That's right.
And then DP will have a totally unintended meaning.
And it will be
you're
totally
totally
intended. Oh god. There's not much you can say. There's not much you can say about this game other than the fact that it's Capcom. Oh, but it
I'm
looks.
glad. I'm
actually
glad
like
they're
it-
getting. I'm glad they're taking a new approach at this story because, as Steven said before, Resident Evil 6 was bullshit.
both bad.
Yeah, Resident Evil 5 and 6 were both fucking horrible. They never should have been made. What the fuck are you thinking?
I like 5 because I thought the gameplay was fun. Admittedly,
Rob,
the story
you're
is
fired.
complete crap. At the very end,
fired.
when you're fighting Wesker, Chris punches a boulder to knock it down on him. What
You're fired.
is this?
You are fired, Rob.
I will admit, boulder punching probably got a few more Google searches after Resident Evil 5.
Yeah, that's true. And I did play the Mercenaries mode, the multiplayer, with my brother a lot.
That's fair.
Because they
But-
just at the Mercenaries mode that was no different than 4. So I thought it was pretty fun.
But Resident Evil 4 was really fun, and then you get 5, and it's like, this is okay.
No,
and then
5,
6
no, don't get me wrong. 5 is nothing in comparison to pretty much all the previous titles, with the exclusion of Veronica. And I just think, I don't know. 5 is total bullshit. I agree. I thought the gameplay was okay.
Fair
That's
enough.
my only thing. Everything else about the game was not good. Even them explaining in Resident Evil 5 that the whole reason the Ouroboros existed is because they got the plagas from Resident Evil 4 and injected them with the T virus.
That still didn't really make any difference.
So is
honestly.
No, it
anybody
was
going
dumb.
to see the new
It was
Resident
fucking
Evil
dumb.
movie?
Yeah, I saw that. Mila
is it out yet?
Jovovich is back to embarrass herself
Yeah.
with another fucking movie.
Yeah.
Did it get released yet?
No, it's gonna be in theaters soon.
Yeah, I was like, I
You
feel like
know-
I missed one, but it's like, no, she got pregnant.
I
So I had to
gotta-
put
I
off.
gotta
No,
say,
you
I'm-
missed like 3.
I'm
No,
noticing
no.
that even in the trailer for this, where it shows the guy sawing through the other guy's arm when they're sitting around the table, like they do this sudden burst of blood that makes it look like he cut all the way through his arm and his arm should fucking fall off at that point. And it doesn't. Then he just kind of holds his arm like, oh, it's hurt.
It's
I think
just
the
a
point
flesh
is-
wound. He's
look at it.
okay.
He has a weird claw. You can see in a second.
Yeah.
He cuts it
Take
off.
my
and
strong
claw
hand.
thing. You'll
Take
see-
my strong
It's
hand.
about take my strong hand. Oh my god. That
And then
movie
for-
I don't think is very funny, but that part is so hilarious to me.
There are
Imagine-
funny parts to that movie.
I do
and
have
it,
to
and
wonder.
it was better than 4 and 5. It was better than 4 and 5.
My only question about
I
the
hated
trailer.
5.
He just cuts it. He just
My
cuts
my
it.
only question about the trailer, though, Rob, why is Alma from Fear at the end of the trailer?
All right, another series I unfortunately have
Almost from Final Fantasy Tactics.
Wait.
Right?
You're completely right. That's awesome.
Yeah. Right? Right?
I haven't played the Fear games. I really want to. They will be streamed eventually.
Oh, you haven't played them ever?
Okay, Rob.
No, I'm going to play
Rob,
one. And
Don't play anything
the
past
first
2.
one, Rob. The first Fear game might be worth it, maybe. Second one
is worth it.
Third one, fuck that.
Don't play
Okay, good to
Fear
know.
3. Just
I
don't
own 2 and 3, but I won't play 3. But what did number 1 come out for? Do you remember?
PC,
PC,
PlayStation.
Xbox, PlayStation 2.
Okay, good. I can stream it then. Good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
definitely do that.
an old game, and the graphics are not great in the first one, but the first one was a lot more horror. The second one was way less horror, and it was more shooter, but it still had horror. The third one was almost entirely shooter, and it was like, why the fuck are you even putting this?
To be
in any
fair,
It's
horror
kind of
setting?
funny. It's like you're describing Dead Space to me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of like that.
much.
But
Pretty much.
basically, the only thing I would recommend is play the first game. Play Fear the Perseus Mandate, which was the expansion. Play 2. Do not play anything further.
Yeah, do not play 3.
No, that's
Three-
it.
3 is only something you play to fuck around with, like when you're playing with friends.
Cool.
And,
Oh my
and I
God.
can never really
Mono-
be sure if I should call it Fear 3
In the
or
dark.
Fee3er or however.
Monolith and Sierra made this.
Still those
Yeah.
donuts FNAF?
That's awesome.
Sorry?
Still those
It was a
donuts?
really good game.
Oh, Monolith
Yeah,
Productions.
somewhere.
Never mind. Different company. Not the
Alright, man.
Monolith for like Xenogears and whatnot.
I do have a
Yeah,
Tim
that-
Hortons.
that's
here.
the Monolith. The one that made, yeah.
Tim Hortons rule.
Xenosaga. So anyway, still cool.
And also Monolith that made the Lord of the Rings game, Shadows of Mordor.
But you know what's sad though? This trailer in itself is better than the fucking demo that was put on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like
that happened.
even with the stuff that they fucked up in the trailer here, it's more
Still
interesting
looks
than the
better.
demo that they put on Steam. Why did they put that demo on Steam? It fucking sucked.
I'm
I'm kind
just
of
glad
wondering
that they
here.
kept the
I'm
beat.
wondering, Eli, maybe that the reason the demo was not as good as the PS4 one on Steam is maybe because like so many people liked the demo on the PS4 that they were like, well, let's add more. Let's do something. Let's show them another part, and they just chose like the fucking worst part of the game, and or the broken part of the game.
It's just the usual. Hey, they're PC gamers. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that might be it too.
They're not real people.
That's right. They don't
We can just
exist.
Do,
I
we can do
don't
another,
know.
I don't know, Batman again. Who
Well,
cares?
I mean, there is that possibility, but
Rob, it
still.
was a totally different Monolith, by the way. There are 2 developers called Monolith.
Oh wow.
Just, yep, one of them is Monolith.
That reminds
Soft,
me. Who wants
and
to
one of
play
them is
fucking
Shimon.
Paragon with me sometime?
Is it free?
Unrelated.
Don't everybody
It
rush
is
it.
free.
I
It
believe
is
Yeah, it is
free.
Still free, yeah.
Made
They
by
just released
Epic.
a new hero too.
Yeah, Seraph was released last week.
There you go. Let's see. Oh, sweet. Fear is only $10.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Fear is
it's
actually pretty cheap for being
It's been
awesome.
out for a while.
Oh yeah, I'm happy.
Well,
So this is the last trailer?
you could go to this is the last trailer. You
Back
could
to
go to
Panty.
any pawn shop and
Panty
probably
shooter,
find it.
Pan.
Put a panty party again.
End on a good note.
That's right.
I knew that was gonna be the best one. I mean, the first like
Just from
3
the
weren't
look
that
of
bad.
it.
Oh wait, the
Nefarious
first one
looked
we had fun
good.
talking about the druid.
But we're going to be talking about panties again.
Of course, it's the perfect lead-in for the movie tomorrow. Come on.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
In fact, we should probably just
Still
stream the
being
trailer for 24
anticipation.
hours. Or 12 at least.
Panties!
That's right.
Panties, indeed.
For the hell of it, our Twitter account should probably just be Panty Man for the next 12 hours.
No, like very few people would really get the reference because it
Does
was
not
Japanese.
matter. Very few people
It
are
was a
actually watching our Twitter.
Japanese movie.
True, it was.
That's a big deal when you're catering to an American audience.
Oh, they're not paying attention to what we're doing.
We want them to pay attention.
The bots don't care, man.
We don't want just bots.
Shout out to
Right,
Liz.
Dreamy?
We love you.
Considering that you and I were both considered bots at one time.
Here we go.
I
Everyone needs,
still think
everyone
you're a
needs
bot.
to watch. Everyone needs to watch
Why
this
were
clip
you
about what to put
considered
in.
bots?
It's all right.
It's the Sam Waterson
We're Switch
commercial
buddies
for
now.
robot insurance.
Oh, the robots. Yeah,
Oh
you
my God.
got to be careful about
Wait,
those
why
robots.
why were you two considered robots?
Does all your viewers consider bots?
Well, I considered FNAF a GoBot, which is a better quality knockoff of robots. So,
And I just killed myself.
good job.
Now, the fact that, like, I heard that
Okay.
you guys thought that you couldn't believe that there was other people out there that would actually watch you guys, and hey, we're here.
Canada.
We're still not convinced that
Man.
someone hasn't paid them to show up.
True.
Well, I'm not paying him. Who's paying him?
Not me, but somebody.
Oh, and Dreamy put his sunglasses on again at night.
He puts his sunglasses at night.
No, they're gonna mute the stream. Stop singing. But that.
Well,
means
they're gonna
that-
they're gonna mute it because there's panties on the screen.
No,
there's
that
no
part is
context.
okay.
Well,
That
now
part
it's just
is-
you, Eli, that's not wearing glasses, so you're the one that should be left out. Not me.
That's honestly true. I am the only one that's not wearing fucking glasses. I'm gonna quit
Now I have
right
joined
now.
the ranks of the
I am gonna
non-glasses
quit
wearing.
right now. I'm
All
gonna
right,
leave.
we're gonna go glassesless.
I'm gonna leave because
Okay.
I don't feel like being around all you freaks with your fucking glasses.
There we go.
with-
Rob,
with
take them
full eyes
off.
and all that.
We know you're wearing them.
He can't. They're buried under his panties.
But
Why
anyway,
is everyone taking their fucking glasses off? Because
so we can't see shit.
My glasses are on
Eli.
off, and you can't even
It was
tell.
very effective in making sure I could not see the screen.
I can actually still see the screen. I just have to squint, and I just see
Do
panties.
you think
so
they'll
it
make a
doesn't matter.
sequel to this game?
What's that?
Pan is fat.
With
It's
like
fun.
bras
He's a
or
good
something?
bear.
Fucking Homestar Runner.
Yep.
Oh my god, I love that.
We should just.
God, Homestar Runner is not anywhere near what it used to be.
No,
Rob,
we should just
Rob.
stream the old
That-
Homestar Runner
that
game.
clip I'm talking about is from 2002.
That's not
The
old enough.
anime episode where they
Rob,
that email.
Japanese cartoon. One of my favorites.
Rob, you're so behind the
Oh.
times.
With Homestar Runner.
I still feel the
20xx.
I still feel the Strong Brad reference, Rob. I still feel it.
Thank you.
It's 20xdx.
20xdx. What?
And
seen the
with
anime
yet.
that,
20xd6.
we should probably get to the shillings. The part of the show that nobody gives a shit about, but let's try it anyway.
Well, before we do that, what about Victor Zinhoz? How you doing? Coming from Brazil, man. How's it going?
Poor guy.
Welcome
Hello.
to the Panty Show.
Does anyone else speak Puerto Rican? I mean, not Puerto Rican. No, Portuguese.
Oregon? Yeah.
Portugueso.
Begin with a P.
It's one of
In
those.
German, it's Portugal.
I
Tiger.
feel bad when people show up when the show's just about over.
Yeah, seriously.
We can always
Hey,
start
he
babbling.
showed up when the panties came back.
Well, to be fair, that's the only reason anyone's still watching, because I'm only caring about this game.
Is someone saying goal or is that like an ambulance?
That's an ambulance saying goal.
That was the name.
Wow.
That's what they all say.
That is
That
amazing.
was a stretch.
just a big old like loudspeaker.
No, what's going on right now? There's actually a football pitch outside right now.
Goal!
But they're not playing soccer. They're playing panty.
Sean!
They're panty party. I mean,
Panty pool is
Sure.
what they're playing.
Sean!
Oh, so good.
There's no hope for any of this. So anyway, the shilling. Who wants to get let's let Pentyman, since he's the VIP for tonight. Let's let Pentyman go and talk about what he's got going on. God help us all.
Surely. Tomorrow you can check out an episode of Jody's World where I believe she will be beating Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. And following that is going to be Retro Haven, where I'm going to be continuing to play Wild Arms. And I'm actually going to have Chris Kellogg sitting behind me reading the strategy guide to me because I'm a lazy bum. And I found it for $7.
Okay.
And yeah, that's all my shilling.
Rob, I
All
got
my
it.
shilling.
I'm ready. I got it.
It's right there.
It's right here.
Give me the shilling.
Where'd you find it for $7?
Money. There's this really cool store that Steven introduced me to called Video Game Wizards.
Oh yeah, that place.
Yeah, dude, they have a stack
like 12 feet high of guides, and they gave me a bunch of money off because I organized it, and I found I found
all the pages were sticking together.
OCD pays off.
What the fuck do you do with strategy guides, Dreamy? That pages are stuck together.
He's got the strategy guide to Panty Party, man.
Well,
come on.
You're thinking of the strategy guide for maybe Dead or Alive, maybe Tekken.
Point is, I got
Soul
that.
Calibur
I got
2,
Wild Arms,
and
I got
3
Breath
and
of
4
Fire
and 5.
4, I got the Red Fantasy Tactics, and the
I don't know, but whatever I did to them, you were organizing them.
Rob, everyone is talking over you. What were you saying?
Yeah.
I also got the Breath of Fire 4 strategy guide, the original Final Fantasy Nintendo Power strategy guide, and a few others that I can't remember now because it was talked over.
I've got every issue of Nintendo Power.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ!
And Rob, you put the magazine inside the strategy guide.
I have like maybe 20.
What are you, fucking 12, dude?
They're awesome.
You're like,
They've got the
no,
posters and
not you, FNAF.
Yeah,
Fucking-
see, FNAF.
fucking put the magazine
too.
in the strategy guide where you're sitting on the back of the bus, like,
What am I looking at today?
Wow,
Front of the bus.
that impression. Where did that come from?
That was great.
that
Also,
was my
The Simpsons
12-year-old
broke.
drinking impression.
He's been drinking a lot of coffee.
A lot.
Apparently, I've been
So
drinking
good.
a lot of vodka.
Oh man,
That's not coffee.
They must be used panties.
By coffee, I meant tequila, but whatever. One man's
Wouldn't-
coffee's another man's tequila. Am I right, guys?
To be fair, I guess you could call Playboy and Penthouse the strategy guys for panties. So there's that.
There, boom.
Hey,
Strategy guide
effective.
They are effective.
I read the articles.
More shilling.
No, you
I
don't.
More
read
so
the
for
article.
guys than girls, though.
FNAF, soon you're gonna have to only read the articles because Playboy's not gonna be nude anymore.
Or on beta tapes.
Yeah, they just
no,
couldn't
they-
compete with the internet, so they just told them all to put clothes back on, I guess.
That is
Well, I mean,
fucking
realistically, they can't compete with free porn.
correct. No, they cannot.
So,
No,
You
so
can
they're going back to putting the clothes back on and selling ads like everyone else.
Yep.
I really
I mean,
think they should
shit,
just
they
come
still
out
put
with a
fucking
Braille
cigarette
edition.
cigarette
That's all they
ads
need to do.
I know. It's shitty.
I mean, whatever. If you're gonna
you
put
know,
a cigarette
that
ad
does
in,
raise
put
an
it-
interesting
fucking
question. How does Braille porn work?
We've already seen it. It works exactly like it does in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Braille porn
here's
is
what,
really
Eli,
limited
if you
to.
get the Braille piece of paper, you cut a hole in it, and you fill
I
them
think
up.
And-
the worst
and hope
thing
you don't
to
get
read.
paper cuts.
Okay, yeah, paper guts are horrible in that situation.
The
No
worst thing
paper
to
cuts.
read.
Shit,
The worst
I thought
thing to
Braille
read-
porn was really
Can I
limited
get a
to
rubber
erotic
grommet
literature.
put on that hole, please? Rubber grommet. Thank you.
You gotta get.
The worst thing to read in Braille is "Danger, do not touch this."
Especially when it's porn.
Especially when
Oh my god.
You're just trailing your hand and you hear a squish.
And then you
feel Dreamy Warrior.
oh. In response you hear
Hello there.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
Kellogg,
Right.
for God's sake, bring us some decorum here.
All
What
right,
is it- what is it
decorum.
have to say?
We were going over what we each were streaming this week. Rob
Yeah.
was almost finished, if not finished.
I think
and
he
I
was
believe
finished.
Eli
I think
next.
he's finished. He's finished.
Or that we should rep Caitlin, and since I don't have any streams till friggin' like next week, I'm just gonna rep Caitlin on her behalf.
There you go.
And she will be
Next one's
streaming
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart. That's right, 6 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. is
Mario
Kart.
Pokemon Kart. Got you.
That's right. She'll be playing Pokemon next to Mario Kart.
Pokemon Kart.
All
But,
at the same
Pokemon Kart.
At the very least, there will be Mario Kart on the 3DS. You can also join. It's one of our most popular shows, the TorchFork Cup. Be there. I'll be there. Rob will be there. And then I think Eli is after that.
Yes, I have the game show on Thursday, which is where random people come and play games against us. And if you win games, as opposed to us winning us, because, you know, I don't want to give anything to our people, but if you
Fuck us,
win
guys.
games, if you win against us, then you get a free game key out of it for every win that you get out of the games. So if you're clever, primarily, being clever is a good way to win against us because we fucking suck at coming up
Or
with ideas.
sober, to be honest with you, because we kind of suck.
I am never sober on our streams. Thank you.
No, the people playing against us, we give them a
playing
handicap.
I love playing the game show with Eli because, truthfully, I do not feel like original enough to actually have funny comments. But man, is the game show fucking hilarious!
Yeah,
everyone always has a good time.
Pretty damn good.
You're like guaranteed to laugh. Always.
That's why I'm there.
Doctor.
One.
Now.
Yeah, and then on Sunday, I also do the TorchFork Mobcast, which is where we just come out and we talk about random shit.
Kind of like here, but with more of a
We
format.
could have talked about the Switch.
Well, we
missed
tried
it.
to, but
I
Fnatic
missed
didn't
it.
show up.
I'm sorry.
I blame
I'm
Obama.
so sorry.
Thanks,
We had
Obama.
So much
Thanks,
we
Trump.
wanted to say about it, and
Yeah, we
so
gotta
much
say that
wanted
soon.
to ask you.
Thanks, Trump.
We
Obama.
knew.
I know.
We knew that you had watched the entire presentation.
Wait.
Totally did.
Technically, because of
I
we wouldn't be saying thanks Trump. We'd be thanks Trudeau, wouldn't we?
I even pre-ordered my Switch.
Thanks,
I'm
Trudeau.
ready to go.
You're still saying
But it's
thanks
not
to
blue and red
Trump.
Joy-Con.
Thanks, Clinton.
Thanks, Washington.
Oh, you beat me to it, man. I was
sorry.
just about
Thanks,
to make
Adams.
that joke. Yeah.
At
Thanks,
any rate,
Reagan.
at any rate, come out. And
No one
play.
ever said thanks to Reagan.
No,
Come
fuck
out and play games against us on Thursday nights. We just fuck around. It's not that hard to beat us if you're clever.
Actually, it's not that hard to beat if you're not clever. Come to think of it.
Yeah, in general, we're easy to beat, and you get free games out of it if you win.
Yeah, and some of the games suck. Some of the games don't work. We don't know. We'll find out.
Well, the games usually work. It's usually if there's like a server problem that then things crash.
That's the byline of Green Steam Light. You know, it might work, in parentheses.
Okay, we're not playing Steam Greenlight games.
No, I was thinking
Panties!
what Steven just
To be fair, I was referring to the keys that are given out. Some of them work, some of them don't.
Oh,
yeah, that is true. But I have gotten rid of almost all of the games on the list that I need to get rid of that problem completely. So
Also, to be fair, that could also be the byline for Kickstarter. So,
Indeed. Some of them work, some of them don't give a fuck. Some of them won't give you a goddamn thing in return.
okay,
for
that
your
actually is
fucking
Steam
money.
Greenlight.
Yeah.
crossing a lot of mediums here.
This is
Yeah,
true. We
we
try
are.
to be all inclusive with our insanity. And last but not least, Dreamy, do you do a damn thing? Oh yeah, you do. You should probably talk about that. Maverick.
I'll be
He's living on the
Resident
edge.
Evil HD, and I killed some dogs last episode, and we'll see what I can do this episode on Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time,
Freaking sweet.
and we'll get the masks and do stuff with them.
Oh yeah, the fight the Crimson Head in the coffin.
And we only have 4 deaths so far, but I'm Jill.
Not too bad. I don't know. In that game, I find it easier to play as Jill. She gets all the better weapons.
Yep.
She also gets
Is it-
a larger
wait, if I-
inventory.
Am I thinking? Yeah, that's what she lied your inventory too. That's right. Okay.
And she got a lockpick.
Yeah, and lockpick versus what does Chris have? Does he have lighter?
He's got
lighter
go
and-
around the mansion and find the little keys.
Yeah, that's right.
Both of them have that. Chris gets the lighter instead of
Okay,
larger
I was
inventory.
right. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah,
Either
but you
way.
got 2 spots, so like you really the later's not that because you get 2 more slots with Jill.
Getting the larger inventory is way better.
Yeah.
Either way, great game, fun stream. Check it out.
Indeed. And so, of course, the final shilling, in case you haven't figured it out by now, TorchFork Tuesday is generally on Tuesdays. Actually, it's always on Tuesdays at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. And that is the show for tonight. We're going to take you out with more Panty Party.
What about Friday?
Fuck Friday. What's Friday?
It's Stylos Day.
Free to play
Stylos back here, free to play Friday.
Yeah, we should chill for Stylo's thing. He does free to play. Okay, Stylo does free-to-play Friday on Friday nights after Come At Me Bro, which is Caitlin's thing. And you get to vote on whatever free-to-play game we're going to play for the night. It's usually I come on the show along with Stylo. Sometimes other people come along. Depends on what people have going on at the time. If you want to come out, play some games with us. That is a good time because the games are free every Friday.
Free is
so
good.
You can join in. You just have to download the game. That's all.
Last Friday was really fun watching you two play Path of Exile.
Yeah, Path of
Exile.
Exile I like.
I do too.
Played it
the one
before.
that you thought was a Diablo clone or something?
It is a lot like Diablo, but it has its own thing.
That's cool. And good.
It's basically everybody that disliked Diablo 3 and wanted more Diablo 2 pretty much migrated to Path of Exile because it felt really, really, really similar. There are differences, yes.
Or they kept playing Torchlight.
I'd be lying if I didn't just say that I was just doing the extra shielding so I could watch more Pan.
Yeah. What we're gonna do at this point, I think, is just let Panty Party run tomorrow.
Pun.
But that is the show.
It's not multiplayer. Like it looks like be multiplayer.
It cannot have multiplayer because they gotta focus on the story. They're really eager about the story.
Importante. End the show. Jesus
Christ.
I'm trying. Damn it.
Más importante.
Right. So from all of us at TorchFork Mob to all of you out there, if you want to find out more about the stuff that we do, go to torchforkmob.com or click on those buttons down there. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to YouTube, follow us on Instagram, break the rules, follow us on Adult Friend Finder. We might have a RedTube profile. I'm not really sure. I can't keep up with all that stuff.
Farmers meet. We're farmers only.
We probably
you'll
could.
be able to find you'll be able to find Dreamy on the blind version of Chatterbait later.
That's right. And also, don't forget about his account on Backpage.com under Other.
This is getting so inappropriate. Jesus Christ.
Warning: there is no hentai.
That should be the byline for this show all the time.
Dreamy's Braille porn show does not contain porn.
And then, of course, when the show starts,
that is a really touchy subject.
That's the
Very
idea.
touchy. Very touchy. There is lots of touching going on.
The joke was touch and go, man.
I know.
Oh, thank you.
Mike!
I'm getting all the wrong kind of feels about this, guys.
Show us on the doll where the feels touched you.
Right here.
Right in the panty. Right in the
no-no
Right
right in the no-no place. We gotta be
right in the no-no place.
They touched me right on the bow tie part of my panties.
The tie bow?
The tie bow part,
no.
Yeah.
Like a bow.
So I'm looking forward
get
to
us
that.
The hell out of here, man.
Take us off the air before the fucking FCC
seriously,
does.
we're gonna get ourselves banned.
Goodbye, Brazil.
We love you, Brazil.
Bye.
This is not what Good Vibrations is all about.